Alrighty guys, how is it going today? Hope everybody's doing good here. I've got my new microphone. Alrighty guys, how is it going today? Hope everybody's doing good here. I've got my new microphone set up here. You guys will have to let me know if you can hear me all right. Last time I couldn't get it set up, but I think I've got it good this time. Let's see who we got in the chat here. We got Jude the Dude, Franciszik Dolas, probably pronounced that totally wrong. My bad, dude. Hey, Tiny Fonts is here. Tyler's here. Scott Davis. We got some of the usual suspects coming in. How is it going, everybody? Hope everyone has had a great day and a great week. I'm going to go ahead and just make sure everything is sounding good right now. Hey, Michigan Bricks is there. Liam's here. Awesome. All the boys are back. All right. So hopefully with this new microphone, my webcam part is actually synced up. Previously it hasn't been synced up, so that's why I'm switching to this microphone. All right. So I'm just making sure everything looks good here. Yeah, so you guys are getting a pretty big sneak peek for the next update video with this building right here. Last video and last stream, you saw me working on this bottom part. Since then, I've worked on this top part and started putting in more pillars like that, and then the roof is going to be next. So tonight, we're going to pretty much be working on replicating this kind of, but up here in a much smaller scale, and then moving on to the roof after that. That is kind of the plan. Let's see here, Tuscan Productions, General Kenobi, hello there. Let's see. Sweet, awesome. What's also cool is like a lot of you guys already know each other, which I think is really cool. I like to see you guys all saying hello to each other, that you kind of know each other from around the community. So I guess first off here, we will set up some figures. Wow, it looks like I'm getting flashbanged right now on the side of the... It's like a flashbang just came through the window. Try to move that light. Okay. So yeah, I think first off what we'll do here is try to get that out of the way for you guys. There we go. Okay. So let's go ahead and grab some pieces. First off, I want to set up some figures because I'm realizing I always forget to set up figures for the live stream. And that's probably something that would be good to have here. So let's go ahead and do that. And then yeah, just as usual, any sort of topics you guys want to talk about tonight, just put them in the chat. Let's get some discussions going. I know the past few ones have been great. We got into some interesting deep. I know last week I went on a rant about one of Yoda's quotes in Empire Strikes Back and how that relates to mock building. I don't remember how exactly we got onto that stream of thought, but that was something we went on last time. Ooh, maybe a speeder bike would be good. Get a speeder bike. This is just the custom, or not custom. This is a Lego set version from the Snow Troopers battle pack way back in the day. I've been using that as a placeholder for right now until I can make some custom speeder bikes. So let's see here. Who else we got in here? Oops. Brad Briggs, hey man, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Hope everyone's doing good. Awesome. All right. So the only thing I wasn't able to set up for this stream was I was really trying to get the a robot to read out any donations or messages and stuff for donations, but I wasn't able to get that set up. So my goal is I've got the microphone set up for this stream, so then next stream I'm hoping to get the robot to be able to read out messages, because I think that'll be a really fun thing for donations. Is apparently on Streamlabs you can set up a thing where you can have anytime someone donates, you can have a robot read out the message. So I thought that would be something cool to set up, so then people can just bombard the stream with Darth Plagueis the Wise stories or quotes and stuff like that. But that'll be for next time. For now we got the mic set up, which is good. All right. So maybe I should, let's see. Hey, King Jake, how's it going, man? Ryan Stone, hello, my good sir. Oh, here we go. Here's a good one. So this hat, I saw someone mention something about the hat. This hat, you can put on figures on it. Like, it's got studs. So if anybody's got a figure suggestion, I'll see if I have it, and I'll go ahead and put it on my hat for the stream. So let's see. Obviously, Star Wars stuff, Clone Wars, Galactic Civil War, Old Republic, World War One, well, World War II mostly, and Lord of the Rings. So, and some superheroes and modern combat. So, any figures that you guys have in mind, I'll see if I have them. We can put them on there. Hey, thanks, Ryan. I do not trust any of us with power to say whatever we want. Yeah, there'd be some restrictions for stuff like that, but I think it'd be a fun test. And then we'll see if it becomes like an 18 plus, like if YouTube like puts restrictions on it. But I trust you guys. I think it'll be okay. Phase 2 Captain Rex, dude. I wish I don't have Captain Rex Phase 2. That'd be so cool. I would love to have Captain Rex Phase 2, but negative. Do not have that, unfortunately. Come on, Clone Sergeant. There we go. What else we got? Oh, Tuscan Raider. Axie Droid. Hey, man, how's it going? Welcome back. Welcome back. Tuscan Raiders. Everyone's going Tuscan Raiders. The whole Luke Landspeeder set. Say no more. I happen to have the set conveniently right here, so we can just attach that. Actually, I don't even know if it'll fit. Maybe if I do Luke's Landspeeder and like a Tuscan Raider on top. Commander Bakara, sir, welcome to the stream. Got one of those hats at a Lego convention a few years back. Yeah, that's where I got mine. It's really nice. I like it a lot. UCS Death Star. Oh gosh. Thrawn. Do I have Thrawn? I don't think I have Thrawn either. Sorry, my dude. I mean, I don't have any Rebel sets. All right, do people want me to try to attach the Landspeeder? The reason I have it under my table is because I stripped all of the red tiles off of it for my Project Nightfall mock. So that's why I have it like right next to me. Don't worry, I don't hug and go to sleep with this set. I think this is the 2017 version, but I just have it sitting around because I was taking some of it apart for Project Nightfall. I have Phase 2 Rex and can't build mocks if my life depended on it. You just try it, man. Just try it. Keep trying at it, and eventually, like, just have fun with it at first, and just get all your pieces and build something random, and then just keep working on it. It's fun, dude. I would suggest doing it. Even if you don't think you can, I bet you can, my dude. Damn it. I keep trying. Especially if you're a Commander Bakara. Commander Bakara has gone through a lot of intense battles. I think building a mock, he can do that. I think he can do that. With your Landspeeder. Let's see, where's my Tuscan? Okay. Here's what we go. Let's go Mando. I don't have Mando. I have Boba. 332nd Trooper. Don't have any of those either. I know, right? Very lame. I don't have a lot of. Don't have a lot of custom figures really. Let me go grab that Tuscan Raider because everybody obviously wants a Tuscan Raider in their life. All right, Tuscan Raider coming up. I don't know where I put his gaffy stick though. So I don't know where his gaffy's. I don't know where the gaffy stick is. So he's just gonna have to be by himself here. I guess I could give him like a cycler rifle maybe, like a musket. I know I've got one of those somewhere around here. Maybe. I'll go check in that. Got a Tuscan Raider, and then what do we say? Boba Fett. Grab Boba Fett. Boba Fett. Where? All right, let me grab Boba Fett. Oh, did I miss something? Uh-oh. Hey, Liam. I donate more, but the CAC haul is coming soon. Dude, no problem, man. That's awesome. Thank you so much, dude. That's awesome. That'll go towards the fund for the speeder bikes and more parts for buildings, because if you're noticing like I am, this building's taking up a ton of parts. So I definitely thank you so much for that, man. CAC haul, dude, what'd you get on CAC? Let me know. I know they had a May the 4th sale that everybody was getting a lot of stuff from. I have a question. What is your favorite droid in Star Wars? Favorite droid in Star Wars? I mean, if we're going, like, obviously, like, super battle droids are my favorite, but I don't know if those would count. If we're going, like, protocol droids or stuff like that, K2SO is great. I don't know. I think if it counts, I'd say super battle droids for sure. I love Super Battle Droids. All right, guys. Sorry, the Tuscan Raider is going to be getting executed by Boba Fett. So, here's what we got: Boba Fett right there with the Tuscan Raider getting executed. Alrighty, let's see what else we got here. I went to the library and got a bunch of old 2003 Clone Wars comics. Nice, dude. I personally haven't really read any of the full 2003 comics, but that era of Star Wars is so, like, when they produced stuff during that era, so cool. Well, I had to put Jabba up there too. Oh goodness, we're gonna need a base plate up there pretty soon. What do you think of Dave Filoni becoming the executive of the creator team? That's a great move. That's something I've been wanting them to do for a ridiculous long time. Just because it's quite clear that they needed somebody to have creative control, because Kathleen's a great producer, but she isn't someone that you'd want to be your creative for Star Wars. You need someone who knows a lot about the actual universe and the themes and the stories and cares about the characters and doesn't just want to make money. So I think having her handle the business side of things is a great move, because her track record is good in terms of making money. She makes money, even though I'm not a fan of some of the stuff she's done for Star Wars. But she's great at making money with her movies, and having Dave Filoni there as a creative, I think, fixes a lot of those problems a lot of people had with the sequels in terms of no plan, not much lore, or really anything of that matter. So I think it's a great thing. Sadly, that might mean he might not have as much time to spend on, like, projects, maybe. I don't know if I'm guessing he's still going to be heavily involved in Mando and other animated shows. I'm curious if he's going to be too busy to direct episodes, because if he's taking an executive role, I don't know if that means he's going to have time to direct and write a bunch of episodes. I hope he still can do that, because I enjoy his writing quite a bit, and I actually liked all of it. I liked most of his episodes in Mando. I think were great. So I think it's probably the best news that Star Wars can have for the future in terms of creative output and new content coming out. I think he's a great choice for it. So I think it's a great choice for them. And I'm really happy that he got that position. Very happy for him. Very happy for him. How did you get your ruins, columns, and sand green bricks? Yeah, so these were just all in Lego orders. You can find them on Bricklink, these things. And these ones just have the grooves in them. You can get, what was I going to say? You can get these just smoothed out, but these have the tiles on them. And then same with the bricks and stuff. Pick a Brick Store for my sand green plates, and then Bricklink and other online stores for all the other stuff. Aqua droids, nice. Uh-oh, did I say something high treason? Hey, I'm not a huge fan of the sequels or what she's done with Star Wars, but you can't deny that she has made a lot of money, and a lot of her other movies with Jurassic Park and Indiana Jones did very well financially and, of course, pop culturally. So overall, I'm just happy that Dave will be in control of the creative stuff, which is what I care about. I'm really happy that we have someone who understands Star Wars doing that. So 501st, can we fit a 501st guy up there? Maybe. Might be able to. I got some P1 helmets for my custom squad, some weapons, commando accessories, a bunch of other stuff. Nice, dude. Nice. I haven't gotten any of CAC's stuff, like any of their newer prints, so like their newer realistic Phase 1 helmets or the realistic Phase 2. I haven't gotten any of those yet, but they look really cool. Hey, Ganox04, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. Found General Grievous Starfighter set mostly complete. Oh, nice. Oh my god, that's awesome. That's awesome. General Grievous Starfighter, 2011. I've got that one. Yeah, well, I don't know if you can see it, the box up there, but yeah, I've got that one. It's a great set. It's a great set. I love that set. And Nadar, the Jedi you get with it, and the medical droid too. I think it's just a great set. Great price, great everything. Let's see. Kathy is a 2000. Oh goodness. Right, she's a producer, not necessarily a director, so she isn't always involved in the creative stuff. Producers are more of the business and getting stuff done instead of like actually directing stuff. But we did see some interviews where it was kind of clear that she got a little bit involved in the creative side of decisions, which should never have happened. So, all right. Hey, Alteration Animations. Hey, thanks, man. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, this building's been a lot of work and a lot of fun, but I think it's turning out pretty well so far. So, might change a few things about it, but overall, I think I'm getting the general shape and the general idea that I was having when I came up with this building down, so I'm going to keep it going. Yeah, the new realistic Phase 2 CAC helmets are awesome. And then, yeah, CAC realistic figures, yeah, they're great, dude. They look good. I've restrained myself from purchasing a lot of CAC stuff recently, just because it always looks so cool every time they release something new. And I'm just like, calm down, I gotta save money for parts. Tuscan might actually be a Tuscan Raider, Tuscan Productions, and he might come over here and hit me with a gaffy stick if I talk any more about We're on the same side. Don't worry. We're on the same side, comrade. Don't worry. Hey, Jay Davenport. What's up, man? How's it going? I was lucky and managed to get the new Bakara as well as a new Cody and a bunch of new helmets. Nice. The Bakara looks great. I love the Galactic Marines. I really wish LEGO would make a set of battle pack of Galactic Marines someday, but who knows? Who knows? No one does it on the first try, Dice Fed. I've been trying to get my names down on stream a little better. So Ryan is asking, what Star Wars show are you most excited for in the future? It was Bad Batch. Now that's going on, so I would say probably, well, Obi-Wan, I think, for sure. No question. I think Obi-Wan is the one I'm most excited for. And then after Obi-Wan, probably just Mando Season 3 or the Ahsoka series, but currently it's Obi-Wan for sure. I think it's going to be, if that show's done correctly, it's going to be like one of the best things to happen to Star Wars, I think. So I'm really, really excited for that. Let's see. You should have a sniper up on top of the building. Definitely, dude. I had a clone up there earlier, but I kept building and he kept falling off, so. Question is droid sniper or clone sniper is the question. Maybe have one of those droid snipers that shoots at Forto and the boys in the episodes. Let's see. And yeah, if I miss any questions in the chat, just put them in the chat again. I want to make sure I don't accidentally miss any questions. So just let me know if I miss any questions. Alrighty. Who would win in a fight, Captain Rex or Forto? Okay, so are we talking like one-on-one blaster fight? Are we talking like a hand-to-hand combat? Or if we each gave them a squad and they went up against each other, who would win? I don't know if I could pick. I don't know, because they're both so cool. I don't know. That's a great question. My bias would say Rex, but like Forto is like really good. I mean, he and his boys took on Grievous head on and didn't even got a donation from Michigan Bricks. Got to get that dono in. Thanks, Michigan Bricks. You're the best, man. Thank you so much, dude. Tip my hat to you. Oh, I almost knocked down these figures. Thank you so much, Michigan Bricks. You're a beast, dude. Again, that money will go into the fund for the mock, and that means, it means so much, dude. Thank you so much. Thanks, dude. And I hope everything goes well with your new purchase. Hope everything goes well with that. It's a good Sony's got great cameras. I'm making animations with LEGO. That's the reason for my name. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Anybody that does stop motion, I have a huge respect for because it takes so long to complete. Went to Pandora at Disney today. Nice. Easily Rex. Okay, all right. I don't know if I could choose. I think it would depend on the situation. Yeah. Also, Michigan Bricks and Liam, by next week, I'm going to try to have it to where you type stuff in, it'll read it out on screen. Because I think that would be really funny. Like if I'm just randomly talking and then some British robot interrupts me, I just think it'd be funny. So I'll get that set up next week for you guys. Make sure to get that set up. Alrighty. Blaster fight? Okay, blaster fight, then probably Probably Rex if we're going blaster fight. I think Rex if we're going on blaster fight. Yeah. I don't know. It was a tough choice for me. I don't know if I could pick one. I like both of them, and they're both really good. But I just remember Forto took on Grievous. But granted, he did have a gunship support helping him out. But we shall see. All right, so I need to start outlining what exactly I'm doing up here. Let's see. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So essentially, I'm going to be building this thing down here, kind of, just up in this area. But I'm going to make it, it's going to be a lot shorter. It's going to be up to here, and then we'll have the roof on top of that. And then I'm also working on, if you guys remember 2 episodes ago, I said there's a walkway that goes across from this building to the next building. So I've been currently working on a walkway like this, and then the idea is that it would go somewhere up over here across and connect to the other building that will be similar to this one on the opposite side. So that's kind of the current idea, the current plan. I'm going to grab some more troops here because I want to have enough room up here for guys to peek over the top and shoot down. So I want to make sure I give enough troops up here, enough room to do that. So I'm realizing down on this level, there's a couple times where I didn't give the clones enough room to really do anything. So I kind of want to make sure I give the boys enough room to be firing all over the place. Alrighty, let's see here. Me and my friends are working on a file for stop motion and plan to make it 15 minutes long. Nice, that's going to take a long time, but that'll be totally worth it when it's done. So yeah, whenever you get that done, drop back in here and let us know. I'll check it out because I love stop motions. Everyone caught up in Bad Batch? I did get caught up last night. I definitely did. I think it could go either way. Everyone in the 2003 Clone Wars was compared to was OP. They really were, especially the Jedi. Which is interesting. You get 2 views because 2003 Clone Wars, it's more of like, it almost seems like these are like legends that someone's telling, if that makes sense, because a lot of it's over the top. But not in a bad way, just like heightened, like the speeder bike chase and all the number of troops are like multiplied by a ton, even more than we see in the movies. And the Jedi's powers are just like Mace Windu's punching all these guys, and Yoda's riding on a horse thing, slicing up everybody. Like it's very heightened heightened reality where everything's like pushed up to 10. So I always imagine it like that's like if somebody was sitting around a campfire in the Star Wars galaxy and telling them about the Battle of Muunilinst, like, oh yeah, thousands of speeder bikes charge at each other with javelins. You know, I just felt like that's always what it felt like. And then 08 Clone Wars felt more grounded, but I still love both, but yeah. Let's see. You think all or almost all the Bad Batch will die at the end of the show because we don't see them in Rebels with the original trilogy? Yeah, it's tough because obviously the characters weren't around when George made those, but yeah, the Bad Batch probably has to go just because they're not around. My only other guess would be if they like just kind of Hunter and Omega, if they just kind of like go off on their own and they just tell Rex like, yeah, we're done fighting. I'm just gonna go and we're gonna do what Cutler Quain did and have a farm and just live peacefully. So yeah, either they kind of all go out and sacrifice themselves, or they just kind of retire from fighting. But I don't really see them doing that. But we'll see. It's gonna be heartbreaking if anything happens to him. Or maybe you could put a droid sneaking up on a clone, taking cover. That'd be kind of cool. Could maybe put a commando droid with a Viro blade, like kind of like getting behind a clone and stealth kill. I know there weren't commando droids on Muunilinst, but maybe we can take some creative freedoms. Who would win, Bad Batch versus Omega Squad? I don't know, probably Omega Squad. I don't know, Bad Batch in the past few episodes is, we've seen that they're not invincible. They've been making a couple mistakes. But I can only imagine the sick action scenes under that bridge. Oh yeah, dude. Have you decided what you're doing for Forto and Dirge? Yeah, I'm going to custom build Dirge out of either bricks or like minifigure parts. And then Forto, I think I'm just going to use the clone captain that Lego makes and then get a CAC cloth for it. Let's see. Okay, see you in 2022 when we finish it. Yeah, the amount of stuff for 2003 at a time was just massive, just due to the animation. Forto zaps Sturge. Yeah, he does. He's like... General Kenobi. Crystal Customs has arrived in the chat. No, I guess you're right. They do have a 100% success rate. I guess that's true. It's the same question where it's like Delta Squad or Bad Batch who would win, and it's just like they're all highly trained, and each soldier kind of has their specific tasks and stuff. So that's always a tough matchup, like Commandos versus Commandos. I always do find that tough. But then again, it's like, who's a better shot, Crosshair or Sev? Right? Because Crosshair was engineered for sniping. You know what I mean? So it's always like, when you compare the Commandos, it's kind of like, well, do the genetic modifications of the Bad Batch outweigh someone like Sev? So does Crosshair beat Sev? You know what I mean? You think we're going to see Boba Fett or Cad Bane? I think we're going to see Cad Bane, maybe Boba Fett. The only reason I think we might see Boba Fett is obviously tied in with the clones quite a bit. There's also the possibility of them repurposing that unfinished arc in Clone Wars. There's that unfinished arc in Clone Wars between Cad Bane and Boba Fett, and it takes place on, I don't know where it takes place on, but they have the unfinished like animation for it. So I'm wondering if they'll maybe repurpose that for the Bad Batch episodes. So I wouldn't be surprised if they repurpose part of that arc, and that's where we see Cad Bane and Boba Fett. Like how in the latest Bad Batch there aren't good guys. Yeah, they did some interesting things in the last episode that kind of... They also just don't know how to act in society, because they've been bred for combat, and all they've done their whole lives is fight droids. So I don't know if they know how to act around normal people. So they just do all this bad stuff and stealing stuff. All for Omega, though, I suppose. So I think Sev is a better shot because he doesn't use a rangefinder. That could also be true. Again, that's just a tough that's just a tough face-off right there. Sev versus Crosshair. Crazy theory that I was really hoping for was that the Bad Batch like opening scene was going to take place on Kashyyyk, and it was going to be their repurposed arc from Clone Wars. And I was really hoping that they would, like Crosshair would turn, like Crosshair would go and help the Empire. I was really hoping that if the Bad Batch was on Kashyyyk, that they would like find Sev somewhere and they'd bring in the Delta Squad game. So then the Bad Batch, since they're down Crosshair, they don't have a sharpshooter. So it'd be cool if they found Sev on Kashyyyk and teamed up with him. But that didn't happen, so... It'd be cool to see a 2/12 Battle Pack remake and a normal Phase 2 Battle Pack. I think a normal Phase 2 Battle Pack would be very beneficial to everybody, really, because plane troops are the way to go for a lot of mocks, and LEGO, you can't get a plain Phase 2 trooper really anywhere for cheap, because they only came in the one set. So I think that's a great, just a plain battle pack of just Phase 2. Give me 4 Phase 2 troops. I think that would honestly be almost perfect. So doubt that they'll do that ever. I think there's a more likely chance that they do a 2/12 battle pack, just because it's got color and markings and interesting stuff. So I think people would be more inclined to buy 2/12 from a marketing standpoint. Just because more people will probably buy a 2/12, so if they were to do another one, they'd probably do a 2/12 one. Okay, I'm just trying to find the middle right here, so. But yeah, I think they do 2/12. Personally, I'd like to see a Plain Troopers one more, just because you can use Plain Troopers wherever. But I think it's more likely that we'd see a 2/12 one. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I gotta go one more over. One more. Let's see, do I have a 1x1 anywhere? I'm not sure. Oh no. Okay. Sorry, I had to count and make sure I'm getting everything good. I'd say Bad Batch could win because of their modifications, yeah. Yep, how he got his dent in between his helmet. That's what they were going to explore. That's what they were going to explore in that arc, which would be really cool. Hey, Jetbricks, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. We got lots of people in here. We got all the usual boys. Usual boys is awesome. Anyone else pre-ordered the Havoc Marauder? No, I have not. Love to see Cad Bane come back. Yeah, dude, it would be so cool. And to see him in this new animation would be, it'd be so cool. It'd be so cool to see him in the new animation form. What do you think the Kaminoans are going to do since Empire's cutting tie? Yeah, I think Clone Rebellion. Or Clone Rebellion / Kamino Uprising. That's what I want to see. I think that's what a lot of people want to see. I know in the old Battlefront 2 game, one of my favorite missions where the stormtroopers under the 501st, Vader's Fist, they go back to Kamino and they fight new clone troopers that the Kaminoans made to fight back against the Empire. So I don't think the Kaminoans are going to be making new clone, unless they find a way to really accelerate the age group. If they started making clones, it would still take 10 years probably before they could actually fight. So unless they figure out a way to speed up the aging process even more, they'll probably have to figure out a way to switch the inhibitor chips off of all the clones right now and get them to snap out of it, turn the chips off, and maybe make them more loyal to Kaminoans, and then they fight back against the Empire. Personally, that's what I would want to see, is just all the clone troopers we know against the Empire. And then I would love if Darth Vader showed up, because I have a dream where Darth Vader is walking down a ramp on Kamino, and he's slicing up plain clone troopers. That's just a dream. I think that would be so cool to see Vader slicing up clone troopers. And then also, you just got to explain where the heck all these clones went, because I hate the idea. I don't hate it, but just like, now they're gone, we don't use them anymore. It's like, you had millions, probably at least a million, maybe more clone troopers. What the heck happened to all of them? They just disappeared? They just died out? Like, I would really, and the explanation that would be really cool to me is that they got into an all-out, like, almost galaxy-wide conflict with the Empire versus the clones, and most of the clones got wiped out. I think that would be cool. I think that would be, the uprising would be probably the one thing I want to see most out of the show, is clone troopers versus stormtroopers. Kamino Uprising. Let's do it. Let's do it! Yeah, I'm probably not going to get the shuttle yet, just because expensive, and I wasn't a huge fan of the shuttle overall. The figures look great though. The reason I would buy it is just for the figures, but execute order 66. I know some people threw around order 99 as like a cool thing that the Kaminoans would do to like flip order 66 upside down. I've heard people talk about that, but yeah, that's from, what was it from? Eclipse Graphics, I think. I got it at Brick World a few years back. And you can attach stuff to it, which, if you guys want me to switch to the land speeder, I can put the land speeder. I can try to put that on the hat. Right now, I've just got Boba Fett and a Tuscan Raider right there. Watching Clone Wars and want to make a big scale Reshik outpost. That's one of my dreams, is to make an actual two scale Reshik outpost. That'd be so cool. Hey, Drew the Dude, what's up, man? Yeah, Kamino Uprising for sure, but Rookies is my favorite episode. To build that giant base would be so cool. I'd also love to make an eel, one of the giant eels, and like grabs cut up or something like underneath the mock as an Easter egg. That's true, Crystal. 10 years in each season, Kaminoans get closer to having a full clone army. What's interesting is I wonder how they would hide that from the Empire. That would be interesting. Hey, Brick Blast. Greetings, King Katunko. What's up? That's what I say all the time when someone says greetings. I go, greetings, King Katunko. Brick Blast, what's up, man? Hope you have a good one. First man saying, in Legends there was a real clone uprising. It was made by a Commando. Okay. I'm not super familiar with Legends all that much. Just Battlefront, the old Battlefront game. That's mostly my Legends knowledge. Alright, no problem, Tiny Fonts. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Force be with you, my friend. So, no one could survive that fall. I love that. I love those memes. Just like, survived? The fall? Bradbricks wants a 501st Trooper up there. All right, we could do that. Who should he be fighting against? Darth Maul, maybe? Owen Bricks, hey man, how's it going, dude? I'm debating between using realistic clones or animated ones. So the only advice I would give you there is that these ones, if you don't have a ton already, are going to be really hard to find in terms of a cheap price. But I don't know how much the Clone Wars clones are going for. So really comes down to how many you have, I guess. I like both. I know a lot of people don't like the clone version, like the Clone Wars clones, but I actually really do like the Clone Wars clones. So clone sergeants and clone. Yeah, no, I get you, man. I get you. So I've got them in there right now just because I'm going with like obviously it's based off the 2003 thing, but I also want to incorporate like the tactics and the ranking system that you saw in episode 2. So that's why I've got like the sergeant and the commander. I think only one commander will be in this battle. I'll probably have him in the back. And then the sergeants, I don't know if I'll use those or not. I would like to because I know I'd like to have like groups of troops and then have like a sergeant with a couple squads of guys kind of doing like some more realistic tactics. So yeah, that's why I totally get what you're saying, man. That's why I've got them in there right now, is because I eventually want to use them and actually assign them correctly in the battlefield, if that makes sense. So how many lieutenants are you going to buy? Probably 2 more, maybe, because I think Forto has 2 or 3 with him. So I'm going to look again and see how many Forto has with him, because I think I'm just going to use the Lego lieutenants and do the pauldron and waist cape and have that be my ARC trooper, and then have the clone captain get him some pauldrons and waist capes and have him be Forto, just because it's going to be a cheaper option than getting the CAC Forto, even though it looks really awesome. I might change my mind, but for now that's kind of what I'm going for. So the blue lieutenants will be my ARC troopers once I get some waist capes for them. If I were first against Darth Maul, I could do that. Commandos could hide it from the Empire because they make a deal with the Empire that says they stop making clones but are able to stay without Imperial subjugation. I gotcha. That's the most interesting thing about the show to me, is the Kaminoans versus the Empire and that stuff that's going on. Oh, Master Plo is here. Master Plo, how's it going, my good sir? How's Commander Wolf? Is he doing all right? Or is he just out slugging in the front lines while you're taking a break? Hope Commander Wolf's okay. All right. Hey, Nico Bricks, what's up, dude? General Kenobi. I had a long day at lifeguard class from 9 to 5. Wow. Nice, dude. So you're training to be a lifeguard. That's cool. 9 to 5, that's a long day. Well, thanks for stopping by after your long day, dude. That's awesome. I'm writing a book about the rebellion in Naboo from Battlefront 2. Oh, you talking about like where the Queen was like having a sort of rebellion and had some Jedi guards with her? That's such a cool mission. That is awesome. Let me know when you finish that. That's awesome. P1 grunts are your favorite clones? Do their classic for sure, man. That's awesome. Partial inspiration to me in choosing to make a Clone Wars mock based off the actual IRL conflicts. Nice, dude. That's awesome. That makes me really happy to hear that, dude. That's awesome. You gotta send me, whenever you get it done or any updates you have, you gotta send me some progress on Instagram or something. That's awesome. That is awesome. There isn't much I would need for Reshik Outpost, just 4 Regs and Captain Rex and Cody. And then maybe Commando droids if you're gonna do the Commando droids. But yeah, in terms of figures, it hopefully won't be too hard to do a Reshik base. 5 first against Darth Maul. Okay, I'll do that. Okay. Muunilinst 10 includes Forto and 2 blue arcs. Okay. Thank you. I wasn't sure if it's 2 or 3. Okay, awesome. Thanks, man. So we'll have Forto, 2 blue arcs, and then their squad of ARC troopers with them. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much, my good sir. Thank you. I think Forto has 2, a couple planes. It's called Dark Falls of Naboo. Nice. That's awesome. Commander Wolf's chilling. That's good. Yep, that's the other thing with the problem with Crystal Customs is they can do it, but it's gonna depend on, everything that happens later on in the trilogy, so. Okay, so let me go ahead and grab 501st Trooper and Darth Maul. Do we want the new 501st Troopers or the old one? I'm gonna grab the old one. Alright, so we're taking off Tuscan Productions. If you're still here, we're taking off Boba Fett and the Tuscan Raider. Thank you for those suggestions. We're going to take those boys off. We'll go ahead and get a 501st Trooper and Darth Maul. And then maybe later we can try the Land Speeder and see if that fits on there or not. Maybe that's what I need to do, is go on a protest, like fly all the way to Denmark, stand outside of the Lego company, like if they make another Land Speeder, and just get this and stick it on my hat and just protest. That's what I need to do. Alright, Boba Fett's going back. We're grabbing a 501st Trooper. Let's see, Darth Maul, where you at? Here he is. And I just knocked everything over, go figure. Alright, Darth Maul's coming out. Alright, 501st Trooper and Darth Maul. Here we go. Let's see what else we got here. Got the shot yesterday. Nice, dude. Congrats, congrats. Hope you're feeling well. Alright, so we got Darth Maul, one of the super, super old Darth Mauls, and then I just got the 2013 version of the 501st Trooper. So let's see here. I'm trying to think what we could do. Let's have let's have this clone. He's trying to hand-to-hand combat Darth Maul because he's a really smart clone. So right now he's going to be trying to hit Darth Maul with his rifle as a last stand resort. He's gonna try to do a last stand. Charging at Darth Maul with his rifle. And we'll go ahead and put Darth Maul on here. And then once I get this on, I'll go ahead and get back caught up with the chat. But here's Darth Maul slicing up. This looks so dumb. Alright, Darth Maul is slicing up that 501st Trooper. We'll have them on there for a while. Alright, 5th clones are Iron Battalion. Nice, nice. Do you want to see Wrecker getting into a fist fight with Vader? That'd be so cool. I just want to see Wrecker get into a bunch of fist fights with everybody. Anything and everybody. Let's get Wrecker going hand-to-hand combat. Hey, Most Marvelous Mox. Welcome, dude. Thanks for coming to the stream. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, Dirge will be in the mock for sure, man. He'll probably be on the speeder bike chase. Either the speeder bike chase or he'll be somewhere destroying a bunch of clones. No problem, Jude the Dude. Thanks for stopping by, man. May the Force be with you, my friend. Giant radar dish is going to be hard, yeah, to get that curvature. 4th sister. Which one was she? I get so confused on the Inquisitors. I'm sorry, I just don't... Not a huge Inquisitor fan. I just don't like the idea that Vader had a bunch of Sith apprentices running around. But I do think the Grand Inquisitor was really cool. I hope they have Barriss soon as an Inquisitor. I don't remember who the 4th sister is. I've barely kept track with the Inquisitors. Sorry, man. Inquisitors weren't really my thing. But do you think Boba Fett will appear to help his brothers in the Clone Rebellion? I don't know, dude. I'm not sure what he would do. Although if he heard about it, I'm sure he'd want to do something. It would be weird if the Empire hired him. He's like, all right, go kill everyone that looks like you. And he's just like, what? Let's see. I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Hope you're doing well. First week of summer for me, that was nice. I was able to get some work on videos. I posted a World War II mock on Wednesday, from start to finish. So I had a little bit more time and was able to do that. So this week, we had that on Wednesday, this right now, and then hopefully my update video tomorrow. So you'll have a bunch of videos this week. So that's what I was trying to do. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that World War II mock for sure. Yeah, if Boba was in the conflict, he'd fight probably for the Empire against the clones. He's a smart clone. Big brain clone, smartest clone ever. He's just as smart as that 212 clone in the Umbara episodes when Carnage of Krell, where they have him surrounded and they're fighting him, and the 212 trooper just gives up and he just runs right into him and gets sliced. It's like my favorite part of the whole Umbara arc. He's just like, all right. He's like, all right, everyone shoot Krell, and then this guy's like, I'm done. He just charges right at him and gets sliced up. Like, it's my favorite. Ebony Maw from Munes. I think I will. Somebody suggested that a couple streams ago. So I think I will be doing that for sure. So she hasn't appeared in the shows yet. Okay. When is your next start to finish? I don't know, man. I got to take the cinematic video for the Pacific mock, and then I've got all my figures set up right now for a World War, like a Eastern Front mock between the Germans and the Russians. I've got a Panzer III built from Brickmania. So that'll be my next one. Will be an Eastern Front mock. And then after that, I want to do a War of 1812, Napoleonic era, French versus the Russians in like the winter. That's what I want to do next. All right, no problem, Custom Crystals. Thank you so much for stopping by, man. May the Force be with you, my friend. Have you seen Rebels? Because theory is that the Yellow Inquisitor is Barriss. I have seen Rebels. I don't think that's Barriss. I feel like they confirmed somewhere that it wasn't Barriss. I'm trying to remember. Let's see. Yeah, hopefully it's not too loud. My sister has a bunch of friends over, so it's probably pretty loud upstairs. So I apologize for that. What was I saying? I don't think that's Barriss. I think that's just the same species as her. For the longest time, I know everyone thought it was Barriss and thought it would be really cool for it to be her, but I don't think it ended up being her. But are you history buff or just interested in warfare from World War II? History is that's my thing. All sorts of history, mostly the World War II, a little bit of World War I, recently, and Napoleonic era, Revolutionary War / Constitution, that era of American history. And then Napoleonic era stuff. Battle of Waterloo has been something I've studied a lot and I read a couple books on. And then more recently, I've gotten into Japanese history. So samurai stuff. I've fallen in love with the Sengoguchi Dai, the Warring States period in Japan. So I've fallen in love with that time period, the Warring States in Japan. So I've done a lot of Japanese research lately for samurai stuff. And then I'm also right now reading the Gulag Archipelago, which is about the Soviet Gulag system. So I'm now learning about what happened in the Soviet Union in the 30s and the 40s in terms of what was happening back in Russia at the time. So all sorts of types of history, but World War II definitely is that's what I love. I love studying World War II. I've got my bookshelf right over here. Maybe I'll have to show it sometime. The top shelf is Star Wars books. Bottom shelf is all history stuff, starting with Napoleonic era books, then Civil War books, and then a bunch of World War II books, and then Vietnam book, and yeah, Star Wars, like I said. So yeah, love studying history. Battle of Kursk, there you go, man. Biggest tank battle of all time. Should be taught in schools. It should be. I remember sitting through school and being like, "How is this what you're teaching people?" We're barely even talking anything. So how do you think Rey Skywalker got that yellow lightsaber? I don't know, dude. Who knows when it comes to the sequel trilogy? I think it's better just not to think about the sequel trilogy than try to figure out what the heck is going on. Let's see. You should do a mini mock. The chat just refreshed. There we go. Okay. You should do a mini mock with 501st and Darth Vader. That'd be kind of fun. It'd be a brutal mock. I'd probably do something brutal with Vader and some Padawans or like some rebels. I love Vader's fist. I love that idea. Absolutely love that idea. If you have Dirge on the charge ground in the mock, he should have a clone charging him like what that clone did to Krell. And then either like Dirge blasts him or just like punches them or something. That'd be awesome. Start to finish, that might be a fun one. I know start to finish I've been trying to do other themes because I spend so much time on these large scale mocks that I get a lot of like urge and really want to build a different theme or a different mock. So that's kind of what that series is for, is to like quench my thirst for historical stuff. That maybe a Star Wars one would be fun to do as well. Think we're going to see Barriss in the Bad Batch? I've been thinking about this. Part of me wants to say no, just because I don't know what the Inquisitors would do unless they hunt down the Bad Batch. But at the same time, Bad Batch would be the best place for Barriss to show up. Her story needs to be finished or picked up again. It's one of the most interesting story beats in Star Wars, and they just haven't touched it at all. So Barriss needs to be in something. But I prefer Bad Batch if she's going to be in anything. I think she should be in Bad Batch. Do you like Rebels? Not really. I like the one episode I like, well, the 2 episodes I like is the Vader versus Ahsoka battle. That's some of the best stuff in all of Star Wars, period. But the rest just didn't really do it to me. There's a lot of great lore that was introduced that I really liked, but I never really got attached to any of the characters besides Kanan. He was the most interesting character to me. And yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the animation style, and just I also had a lot of resentment towards the show. A lot of that resentment's gone away, but because that was a show that replaced Clone Wars, and I was like, how dare they replace Clone Wars with this show, and it wasn't even anywhere near as good as Clone Wars. So I do have a little bit of bias against it. I definitely admit that, but I've gone back and watched episodes, and just personally, not really my favorite stuff. But I do know there's a lot of good lore that was introduced there. But just personally, for me, wasn't my entirely favorite thing. Plo Koon, I love the Black Order. Um, yeah, they're really cool. I have never read them. I've never read a comic book with them in it. No, because they're not in Infinity Gauntlet, right? I don't think so. But they were really cool in the movie, and then they just got taken out. Let's see. I love history too, personally. Ancient history and Mediterranean history. That's something I am very ignorant. Like, I don't know very much at all about Mediterranean history. But to me, it's one of the most. If I had to like pick something to study next, I think that would be it, because it's so interesting, especially after watching the movie 300. You know what I mean? But yeah, Civil War is great. Yeah, Revolutionary War, World War One, World War Two. Make sure you read Vietnam History by Stanley Carnov and Civil War by James McPherson. 600, 800 pages respectively, but incredible. Okay. Yeah, I know I've got We Were Soldiers, that book. I haven't read that one yet. I haven't read a whole lot on the Civil War, but I would love to. So I'll go back in the chat and save these two books, in particular the Civil War book. That sounds interesting to me. Simple History is a great channel about history. I feel like I've checked out Simple History before. I could be wrong, but it sounds very, very familiar. Let's see. Hey, Michigan Bricks, huge fan of ancient history. Okay, all right. Oh yeah, that's right. You did do an ancient Egypt mock. Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about ancient. I'm more like from the, let's say from the 1600s onward is more of my thing. But obviously with Japanese stuff, that's in the 1500s and 1600s too. So, all right, I need to find a one by one. Let's see. Oh, there's one set for stun. Let's see. Yeah, I need Michigan Bricks. I think not a lot of people make like ancient mocks. There's some on Instagram, but it's such a cool time period. So I'm a fellow history nerd, love all the history and military stuff. Yeah, it's very fascinating. Battle of Waterloo, the soldier who robbed officers and ran away and came back and the same thing. I know who you're yeah. I've heard about that guy before. And this is a book I recommend to anybody who's interested. It's called The Longest Afternoon. It's about the Battle of Waterloo, and it's about the King's German Legion, which was a bunch of soldiers from the Germanic states who kind of went to Britain and joined the military to fight back against Napoleon because he conquered their land. And during the Battle of Waterloo, they held what's called the La Haye Saint farmhouse, which is a very strategic farmhouse in the battlefield, and they survived wave upon wave of French attacks. And I feel like that what you just talked about, Marvelous, I think they mentioned him in the book. But it's a very fascinating book. It's short. It's called The Longest Afternoon. On Beyond the Brick, some guy built a mock based off the book, a huge, huge mock based off the book, and it's one of the best mocks I've ever seen. It's on Beyond the Brick, probably just Battle of Waterloo. That's where I first heard about this book. But yeah, that Battle of Waterloo, that book in particular, The Longest Afternoon, which I can go grab in a second here, but that's a great book with so many crazy stories about the King's German Legion. The T-34 versus the Germans' King Tiger. So you're talking about the Tiger 2, the King Tiger. I'm going to go King Tiger on that one. Unless, I mean, probably the Russians would probably have like 3 or 4 T-34s versus the Germans, 1 King Tiger. But tank to tank, I'd go King Tiger for sure. The most triggering thing is when someone calls them Dark Vader. Ugh, I felt so horrible saying that. Darth Vader. Oh, have I been saying Dirge wrong the whole time? Oops. I never heard anybody say it, so I just always pronounced it Dirge. So just Urge. Alrighty. It's an intimidating name, though. What do you want to see in the next Bad Batch episode? I want to see more stuff with the Kaminoans and the Empire. The Bad Batch stuff is fun. and interesting, but I really want to get back to the Empire versus Kaminoans angle. That's, to me, the most interesting setup, or interesting storyline, so I really want more of that. So I hope they dive more into that in the next episode. Hey, K-Animations, what's up, man? Lars Mox, you talking about Rebels? Not very good. Thought it was mediocre. Yeah. If Barriss was in prison in the Jedi Temple, do you think Anakin would take the opportunity to kill her? No, because I think Anakin really put away a lot of his attachment to Ahsoka and Obi-Wan and all those other, and used it more for hatred. So I don't think she would have. Well, he might have killed her. I have a feeling that Barriss wasn't at the Jedi Temple during the Order 66. I feel like she escaped or something. But I really would be interested to know what happened to her. See you later, Bad Breaks. Thanks for stopping by, man. Tiger's Bravo War is a great Vietnam War book. Tiger's Bravo War. Okay. Alrighty. But yeah, I think her story is one that we need to... We really need to figure out what happened with Barriss. I really want to know. It's been too long. Maybe they're saving her for something else to do with Ahsoka. I'm not really sure. But I would love to see what she was doing during the Jedi Temple raid. Well, here's the question, though. Was she imprisoned at the Jedi Temple, or was she imprisoned on a Republic military base? Because I remember Tarkin... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5. Tarkin kind of hijacked the case, the Ahsoka case, so I feel like Barriss might be in a Republic prison instead of the Jedi Order prison. I'm not sure. Longest Hour, nice, dude. I haven't seen the film yet. Or no, that was The Longest Day. Never mind. Longest Hour. No, I haven't read that one. I feel like it's implied that Barriss was executed by the Republic. When you think about it, they were about to execute Ahsoka for the crimes. True. But I also feel like after seeing what happened, I wonder if Palpatine would have been like, let's keep her around for a little bit and see. She might be of some use to us in the future, you know? So she might have been, you know, executed, but I feel like Palpatine would have used her for something else, you know? Commander Wolf is calling. Oh, you better get to the front lines, General. Thanks for stopping by, man. In The Mandalorian Season 3, do you think Man's going to try to recapture Mandalore? Either Season 3 or Season 4, I think it's going to build up to the capture of trying to retake Mandalore from the Empire or whoever's got it. I know some people have thrown around the idea that Thrawn might be in control of Mandalore by the end of, like, the Ahsoka show. And then they'll have, like, an MCU-style team-up where they all go after Thrawn and try to retake Mandalore. I don't know how likely that is, but I think Season 3, they're either going to build up to it in Season 3 or Season 4, where Bo-Katan and Mando Dinjarin are going to have to retake Mandalore, because I think to see Mandalore in live action would be a dream come true. It'd be so cool to watch that go down. And man, it would be a battle for the ages. That would be such a battle. But also just to see, like, I think Season 3 will focus on the Darksaber with Din and Bo. They might get into a little bit of a conflict. So I wouldn't be surprised if they have some conflict between who, you know, gets the Darksaber. So maybe they won't go to Mandalore until Season 4. But at that point, it feels like they're kind of stringing us along. It's like, all right, let's just get to Mandalore and have this big battle. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, you're okay. See, it's hard through the chat to know if somebody's, like, being sarcastic or not, you know? I get you, man. I get you. Do you think Napoleon was a bad person, morally speaking? That's a tough question because here's the thing about it is, like, he was ruthless in terms of, like, he conquered a lot of land and he caused a lot of destruction and a lot of death. They exiled him and he came back, caused even more chaos and destruction. I'm not as educated on Napoleon as someone like a Stalin or like a Hitler or something like that, but isn't it sad that when you're talking about history, you feel like YouTube or Instagram is going to just, like, do something bad to you just because you mention these names? Maybe I'm just paranoid. But I think in terms of most conquerors in history were very brutal you just they had to be just in terms of what they did and to conquer as much land as they did. So I think it's a tough one for morally speaking, because I don't know a lot about his like ethics. I know like obviously like studied during battles, but not like what he was on the side. Because you can study what they were like during campaigns, but I haven't studied a lot of what he was like in his downtime. That's a tough one. I don't know how to answer that one, honestly. I really don't. Just because you can't ignore him conquering so much land and getting a lot of people killed with his wars and his campaigns, right? And then getting exiled, and then coming back again and causing more chaos and destruction. So that's a tough, deep question, man. That's a great question, though. I feel like the show is starting to get a bit formulaic. Dude, I agree with you, Scott. I was really worried that we're going to get into the format of hyperspace. All right, we're in space. We got to land. Okay, now we got to take off. All right, episode ends in space. Next episode. So I really hope we get rid of that format of start in space, go to a planet, leave the planet, end of the episode. I hope we get. I hope they get rid of that format. She may have yet to be some use to us. There you go. See my house made the clone on the tower. Wait, Lego made a yellow clone? Yeah, so he's the clone commander from episode 2. Oh, shoot. He's in the 2013 ATTE, right? Is that right? Yeah, he's in the ATTE, the 2013 one. So the clone commander. Very cool figure. Very cool figure. For the bounty hunter in the Bad Batch is Fennec. I think one cool Fennec worked with Barriss. That'd be kind of interesting, wouldn't it? She was brutal in this episode, though. I definitely liked her more in Bad Batch than I did in Mando. I thought she was a lot cooler in this one. Bo-Katan, she's actually alive. I thought, too, she got shot, and I was like, oh, no, Bo. But then during the wide shot, when Grogu is leaving, you can see Bo-Katan, I think, stand up and just hold her stomach. So she's still alive. But yeah, Jackson, you're right. That's what they are based off of, them and Japanese as well. Well, a lot of their weapons are based off Japanese weapons, but they are based off the German army at that time, the German government. Which is why, to me, the Empire is so interesting, just because of how they operate and based off the historical background of what they are. In my opinion, the plot of Mandalorian plays out exactly like a video game. I agree. I don't mind it in Mandalorian, but for some reason in Bad Batch, I hope it's just different. I feel like it works for Mandalorian for some reason. The like going from planet to planet, but Bad Batch, I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Stormtroopers were based off German troops. Yep, for sure, man. Even some of their backpacks on the Sand Troopers, and some of the ones we see on Jeddah as well are based off some World War I backpacks. And then obviously their E11s are based off Japanese, Type 99s, I think. And then the DLT, like all their DLT heavy weapons are like MG42s and MG34s, so. Battle of Mandalorian Rebels was a horrible arc. It was kind of weird. I remember being so excited for that, and they're just kind of like, there's like 10 guys fighting each other. I was like, wow, all right. Who would win in a fight, young Tarkin or young Yularen? Dude, I'm going Yularen. Tarkin doesn't seem like a guy to get in a fist fight. Yularen seems like he'd beat somebody up. Do you know the shotgun was created during World War I and the Germans tried to ban it from the war? I did not know that. It's very interesting. Tiny Fonts is back. What's up, dude? Yeah, Tarkin to me doesn't seem like a guy that would do well in a fist fight. Tarkin's a guy that would seem like he would get somebody else to fight the fight for him, if that makes sense, to fight the fist fight for him. I'm going to go grab that book real quick I was talking about. Just because I kind of want to show you guys. No, Darth Maul and the clone just fell off. That's great. Let's see, here it is. Anybody else have any suggestions for new minifigures? Because Darth Maul and the 501st Trooper both fell off. So anybody else have suggestions for minifigures to go on top of the hat? I'm trying to hold off on the land speeder. I don't even know if it'll attach on there. Don't know if it'll attach on the land speeder. We'll see. But anybody else got any suggestions for figures? Put them up. We'll see what we got. Darken is shredded? I did not know that. He doesn't seem, he does, I guess he just doesn't really give that energy off to me. He seems more of like, what makes him intimidating is his stature and his voice and the way he like kind of comes off tactically wise. But so here's the book I was talking about. It's called The Longest Afternoon. There's a really cool cover art on it of the Battle of Waterloo with the King's German Legion right there, and some British troopers as well. It's by Brendan Sims. If you're interested in the Napoleonic era, I would definitely recommend this one. It's very short. Let's see, how many pages is it? It's really not that, it's like 130 something? 140? 134-ish, like really short. And it's a story that I had never heard about before, which was the King's German Legion, titled The 400 Men Who Decided the Battle of Waterloo. So go check out on Beyond the Brick. They've got Battle of Waterloo mock where a guy talks about this book. And then you can go get this book, because I would definitely recommend it if you're a history fan. So, let's see. Classic Stormy. Guinea Pig. Uh-oh. Do you wish we saw more of the gritty side Imperial warfare Han Solo fighting is part of? Yeah, like the Mimban stuff was really great in Solo. Seeing the brutal trench warfare. That was really fun to watch in Star Wars. To me, there's, what's the book called? It's called Star Wars Battlefront Twilight Company, which essentially, it's like the first new canon book that I read. And it's essentially, imagine Band of Brothers mixed with Star Wars from the Rebels' perspective. I would recommend that book too if you're wanting a more realistic, gritty Star Wars for Galactic Civil War. But I do wish we saw more of that, because it's a civil war. You know, galaxy divided, the Rebels versus the Empire. And the Empire would have been very brutal towards their enemies. Like, look at throughout history, tyrannical governments, anybody who opposed them did not end up very well if they got caught or in battle, right? They're very, very bad to the people they were fighting against. So I wish we did in live action see more of the brutal Imperial, the Galactic Civil War struggle, and how oppressive and how horrible the Empire was to everybody they were fighting against. But at the same time, we saw in Rogue One, Cassian Andor blurs that line quite a bit. He blurs that line quite a bit in terms of good guys versus bad guys, when he's kind of taking out his own informants, doing all the shady stuff in the name of the rebellion. That's where the interesting, deep stuff for me comes in, where the rebels are not clear-cut good guys. They do some bad stuff too, but it's in the name of good. But those bad things they're doing, can they do the ends justify the means? That whole debate. Or like when Luke blows up the Death Star, a couple million stormtroopers just gone. Same with the second Death Star. So that's where I would love, and they've done it recently with some of the new canon stuff, where they've gone really deep into the showing the Imperial side of things. But to me, I would love to see more gritty stuff between the like Mimban stuff, you know, or like landing at Point Rain, where it's just utter chaos when they're trying to land and they're just losing guys all over the place. Anakin and Obi-Wan fighting each other up there. Death Trooper fighting a red Mando. Sith Trooper versus Death Trooper. Who would win? I'm going to go Death Troopers, just because I think they're cooler. I don't know. Anyone seen the video where Grievous gets 50 lightsabers? Yeah, it's hilarious, dude. It's really funny. I've seen that one comic about how brutal Tarkin was with his soldiers. There's a video on it called What Tarkin Wanted to Do Every Day in the Death Star. Sounds familiar. I'll have to check it out. I haven't read the Tarkin book. I haven't read the like Tarkin book that came out a few years ago. But yeah. Death Trooper or Death Watch Mando. Okay, so we've got Death Watch, Death Troopers. We've got Ben Kenobi versus Darth Vader. Let's see. What if we did... We could do Red Mando versus Blue Mando. See, we could do Luke versus Death Troopers. Let's see. Hey, yeah, dude, definitely come back for lower live streams, man. Yeah, history in Star Wars is the most interesting. They're intertwined so much, and that's what's so genius about what George did. And all the artists that worked on the design, the sound design. You got to take inspiration from real-world stuff. It's important for a lot of reasons, just to learn it, but maybe that's people's introduction to history is through Star Wars. that's great, because I do think history is the most important subject in school. Maybe that's a little bias coming out of me, but it's personally my opinion. But yeah, making connection between them is fun, just because it makes it more deep, in my opinion, when you have real historical things influencing Star Wars. I just love that stuff. So I'm happy to hear you like that stuff too, man. It's so cool. It's so awesome. Take the arms and legs from the Sith troopers and replace them with clone arms and legs. Okay. I see what you got. Okay. Replace them to give them the different arms to show them that they're damaged. Yeah, the James Luceno book. I haven't read that one yet, but I've heard it's really really good. Most stormtroopers are forced into being raised as stormtrooper into the Empire, which, again, talking about history connections, that's why I never was a huge fan of the idea of enlisted troopers in the Empire, because, like, why wouldn't they just keep making clones, and why wouldn't they just use the clones they already have? Obviously, they got the aging thing, but you still could use them for a good amount of time. But what saves the whole enlisted / and conscripted stormtroopers is the connection to history. Again, good people fight for bad things sometimes, and that's how it was all throughout history. And Germany obviously had a lot of that. Some people are just brainwashed into it. There's nuance, there's detail. There's not just, there's obviously just pure evil, and you see that a lot in Star Wars, but you still have the nuance of the individual troopers. I know there's a deleted scene in Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, where there's that Palpatine gives the order to blow up Endor, but they still have all their troops there. And the Admiral is like, he's just kind of looking around. I think it's Jajarod, or whatever his name is. He's kind of like hesitant, and all the troops are looking over at him like, what do we do? I wish that scene was in the movie, because I love seeing that nuance, because it makes it more realistic. You know what I mean? It makes it realistic. Anyone still not used to Dave voice? You mean you're not used to a 40-plus-year-old guy voicing a teenage kid? Come on, no, I'm just kidding. It's very odd. Imagine how, although, to be fair, like, my dad watched the first episode. I rewatched it with him, and I don't know if he really noticed, or he didn't even know it was canon, first off. So he didn't know that it was the same voice actor, and he didn't know who the voice actor was in real life. So I don't know if it really bothered him too much. But for us, we were like, hey, that's the same voice actor. This is a little weird, you know? Imagine how horrible it would be by the Kenobi show if Anakin waking up from a nightmare in the Clone Wars Galactic Civil War and everything was just a nightmare. I do think there's a great scene in one of the Darth Vader comics by Charles Soule where Anakin has like a vision, I think, or Darth Vader, while he's like building his lightsaber while he's bleeding it. Where he's in a vision, and he's like in a field, and he sees Obi-Wan like meditating, and he like walks up behind Obi-Wan and apologizes to him. I think that's one of the coolest scenes in all of like Star Wars comics. So I'd love to see something like that in the Kenobi show. So I hope they get deep with it. It's like one of the most emotional Star Wars things that has the potential, just because of the Anakin and Obi-Wan relationship, and just how the whole Jedi Order fell. I just think the show has so much potential for emotional backbone, and how deep they can get with a lot of the stuff with Obi-Wan. So, hope they really go for it. I hope it's a great show. I think the Falcon was inspired by the B-17. You think? I guess in terms of like the different, like the gunner turret positions, and then like running down the corridors and stuff to get to the different spots. I never made that connection before. That's interesting. Heir to the Empire. I still haven't read that one. I know it's classic. I know it's classic. I haven't read it. I've heard they're great. Essential Guide to Warfare. I've watched some videos on it, but I've never actually physically read it. Honestly, reads like an in-canon book if someone were studying or would read on galactic history. That's really cool. That's really, really cool. Essential Guide to Warfare. I know I've watched videos on it, but I've never actually personally read it. See, math and history are the most important. Math, I was never good at math. I struggled with math, man. Episode 9 logic. Let's have reformed stormtroopers show the fact that their people and their lives are valuable. Let's also have them kill many others in life that they previously lived. Episode 9 we don't talk about. No comment. Hey, Director KW is here. What's up, man? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. I need to grab some figures. We've been putting figures on top of this hat right here, we've been debating whether or not to put the land speeder on this hat as a protest to LEGO to stop making land speeders. Hey, Clone Motion Studios, what's up, man? Day's been pretty good. I spent a couple hours today just sitting down, reading the Gulag Archipelago, so it was a very good day. Great book. Also would recommend that one if you're interested. And then I kind of just prepared for the live stream. So yeah, hope your day's been good too, man. Hope you had a great week. Hey, Commando Brick. Hey, dude. Welcome to the stream, dude. Welcome back. Hope you had a good one, my dude. I hope they do a lot of metaphorical stuff in Kenobi. Yeah, dude. I hope they go deep. Go deep with Kenobi. Let's do it. That sounded very wrong. I did not mean that. I meant let's go spiritually deep with Kenobi. Let's do that. It was too expensive for the Empire to keep making clones of what they said. It's dumb because of loan from Star Wars Bank. I mean, it's also you're the Empire, so I have a hard time believing that you don't have money for this when the Republic had money for it. I also thought it was dumb because it's like, okay, I'm sure it's expensive to clone, to make clones, but a galaxy-wide conscription program / enlisted program to train all those guys who had no training whatsoever, to set up all your bases throughout the galaxy to train all these recruits, have recruiter offices, have people manning the bases, janitors cleaning the bases, people training the new soldiers, which I know they're probably going to do clones. The cost to build up an army from scratch of volunteers and conscripted soldiers, that seems expensive to me. So I thought it was really dumb that they're not going to do clones because it's too expensive, when it's going to be probably just as expensive to build an army from scratch with volunteers and conscripted soldiers. Hey, JetBricks, see you later, man. Thank you so much for joining the stream, dude. May the Force be with you. All right, so let's go grab some figures. Go grab some to put on here. So people said Death Trooper. The only problem with the Death Trooper is it might be kind of hard to see on my hat. Let me grab a Death Trooper. Maybe let's do a Mando. Let's do like a Mando from the Battle Pack versus a Death Trooper. How about that? We'll do. Let's see, this Death Trooper. Get this Mando. I'll set this up. Let's see. What do you think is the most brutal Star Wars comic? I haven't like physically read them, but online I've seen lots of videos about them. Probably maybe the Jabim comics, the older Legends comics. Those ones are really great. Son of Dathomir is pretty brutal, actually. Grievous like crushes a bunch of Mandos, the red Mandos in that one. Doing fine. The day was even better after hearing about Dave Filoni. Yeah, dude. We talked about it earlier in the stream, but it's such good news. Such great news to hear. All right. I would do my helmet position thing that Paul and I do, but since I'm going to be moving my head around, it's going to just fall off. So we've just got them. Mando executing a Death Trooper. I love this Mando figure. So cool. Alrighty. Let's see. Real quick, I'm a fellow hater of the sequels. I would say the effects are great, but the story, ... times 1,000, we'll leave it there. Yeah. I was just not personally a fan. I'm a more prequels guy, so they catered very heavily to original trilogy, which was just one of the many problems of the sequels. But yeah, episode 7, the first like 40 minutes to me are amazing. I love the first 40 minutes, and then after that, the movie just kind of falls apart. So, but I wouldn't say I'm a sequel hater. I don't go around and post. I used to. After episode 7 came out, when there was like everybody loved episode 7, I would go around and just like comment about how I didn't like episode 7. I don't do that anymore because I think it's kind of silly. So just let people be. Don't do it. I just let people be, and if they enjoy the movie, they enjoy the movie. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. You know what I mean? I used to get way too fed up with the sequels. I would get so frustrated just sitting down building. I'd be like, oh, I hate to see. I would just get so frustrated. But it's just not worth it, you know. Have you ever heard the tragedy of episode 9? Maybe they needed more money for the Death Star. That's what and somebody else said that too. Saw it. Jack Gilman said that too. People were talking about that with to fund the Death Star, and that's something I definitely can get on board with, except for they kind of already started the production of the Death Star. Although I imagine the building the actual laser itself was very expensive. But interesting point. That makes more sense than just being like, yeah, clones are too expensive. If they're taking funds away from that to build the Death Star, that would also make sense, because the Death Star in itself is, if a planet's being bad, you just blow it up. We don't need to put troops there. Just blow it up. We need a movie about Thrawn. Oh. Movie about Thrawn. Maybe they need more money for the Death Star. That's why they shut down the Defender program. Yeah, I know a lot of people were upset that the Defender wasn't, or who was it? Star Wars Explained, one of their Q&As recently, somebody was talking about, do you think the Empire would have won the Battle of Yavin if they had TIE Defenders instead of just normal TIEs? I thought that was interesting. For a lot of reasons. But again, it's kind of like the what if stuff, where it's just like you never really know what would have happened if they had this, or the Empire had that, or Anakin didn't turn to the dark side. But where's General Kenobi? Here he is. Let's get the good General Kenobi up here. Up in the front, General. There we are. Get these clones positioned. There we go. Sorry, I should have moved the camera down a while ago. I just now realized that I didn't do it. Hey, no problem, Commando Break. Thanks for joining, man. May the Force be with you. Have a good weekend, dude. Clones were trained with Jango and a few other Mandalorians for the Attack of the Clones. Yeah, I know. That's kind of where the Commandos came from, too, right? Could be. I don't remember. It's been a while since I played the Republic Commando. But yeah, Jango. Yeah, Jango's so cool. I like Jango more than Boba Fett. I'm sorry. Prequels and the Clone Wars are the best part of the Star Wars trilogy. Original trilogy is great, so is the Old Republic. Sequels are okay, but I don't attack them. People like them. Yeah, it's good, dude. It's good. Just you just don't do that. But yeah, just stay out of all that stuff. Hey, Life Bricks is here. What's up, man? How's it going, Tyler? We're just having a good old discussion going here. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great week, man. Hope you had a good one. Would you like to see what would happen if Order 66 failed? I've never been a huge what if guy, because you can go down such a rabbit hole. It's the same thing with like alternative history, where what happened if Germany won World War II and those kind of discussions. Never really been a huge fan of those, just because we got presented with what actually did. History, it's like something actually did happen. It's fun to discuss, if they would have won this battle, that battle would have been differently. But it would have been so hard for Feige to kill Palpatine, even though he's in the same room as him, just with the shock troopers, and Palpatine could have just, forced him or electrocuted him or something. It would be interesting if Order 66 failed, because then you'd have almost another civil war, because you'd have the Jedi fighting back against Palpatine, but Palpatine would probably have the Republic on his side, so you'd have like another civil war. So you'd have the droids as a faction, you'd have the clones, who are now loyal to the Republic, and now Palpatine pretty much has manipulated the Republic to be on his side, so you'd have the Jedi versus the Republic and kind of have its own kind of mini civil war, which would actually be very interesting. I didn't really consider that until now. That would be interesting if Order 66 did fail. Although the Republic might have just ended up winning anyways, just due to how many troops they have. If you could make a Clone Wars arc, not a comic you saw, but a Clone Wars episode you made up. But if you could make a Clone Wars arc, not a comic you saw, but a Clone Wars episode you made up. I've had a lot of ideas for Clone Wars episodes over the years. I'd have to think of one specifically that I could. It's been so long since I've thought about Clone Wars episodes. Really, I just would love to see giant battles. I think a lot of people would. I just want to see like the biggest battle ever. Bigger than Geonosis, bigger than Umbara, like just in Clone Wars animation. And something with Delta Squad. I almost said Delta Force. Delta Squad. I think I would love to have an episode or an arc based around them. I want to do a series where I make one big mock for every season of the Clone Wars. That is a great idea. I like that idea quite a bit, actually. I'd say go for it, dude. Go for it. Do it. Do it. Well, Ryan, I know that Marvel's doing their What If animated shows, which is essentially like, what if this or what if that? Like, what if Peggy Carter was Captain America or something like that? So something like that for Star Wars might be interesting. Like a what if series. Something to think about. Yeah, sorry I'm not getting much building done, but we're just having a good discussion, so I haven't really been focusing too much on the building part of it, which is okay. Definitely okay. All right, let's see. I think TIE Defenders would have been a better investment than the Death Star. I don't know, man. The odds of somebody blowing up the Death Star was very low to begin with, so I think the Empire was like, hey, there's not really much chance anyone's going to blow this up, but that's the ignorance of the Empire. That's why they eventually fell. That's why all tyrannical empires eventually fall. As they should. As they should. Let's see, where were we? But yeah, one of the reasons the Empire just, they underestimate their enemy, and they don't look at their enemy as people. They look at them as things, not human beings. They're just the enemy. So they don't consider them like threats a lot of the time, in particular the Emperor, right? It's unfathomable to even Tarkin during the Battle of Yavin that they could even remotely have a chance to blow up the Death Star. So they yeah, that's eventually why they lose. They underestimate their enemy. They're ignorant. Let's see. Lucia is about 80% done. Nice Michigan Bricks. Everybody, if you guys haven't checked out Michigan Bricks, his mock, he's doing a build series on Felucia right now, and he's done a couple of streams for him. And he's got these really cool plant pieces that we've talked about before that look really, really good on his mock. Go check it out if you guys haven't. Michigan Bricks is an awesome dude. He's been supporting the channel for a really long time, so definitely go check out his channel after this, or right now, really. Go check out his channel and make sure you check out his build series because it's looking really cool so far. Genox, you're bringing up Commander Fox. This is a throwback to the very, very first live stream we did here. The whole live stream was pretty much about Commander Fox. And does he deserve all the hate he gets? And we came to the conclusion that he does not. It took like 2 hours, and the whole chat was in on the conversation, but we eventually came to the conclusion that Fox does not deserve all the hate. Trying to think, we came up with it through reasoning of, Palpatine gave him orders. This guy's dangerous. He tried to kill me. Kill him. Follow orders. Clones follow orders. We also have the whole fives. I love fives. Put that out there. But when you're looking at it from a military standpoint, what Fox did was what he was told to do, which doesn't make it right. But he also walked into a room and saw fives armed, and he had General Skywalker and Rex captured. So Fox is walking into the situation. He sees 2 Republic personnel, high Republic military personnel, captured, and Fives is armed, and he's under strict orders from Palpatine to kill this guy. I won't go into everything here because we'll probably take another hour to do it, but if you want to check out the very, very first live stream, we went deep into Commander Fox. We had someone come on who was in the military. He was in the chat, and he shared some of his insight on the situation, so it was a good discussion, though. I was just thinking about something. Why did Count Dooku have the Death Star plans to attack the clones? Well, Galen Erso, he focused on the actual weapon. He was more on the weapon side of things, I believe. Geonosians helped them construct it. They were like the manpower. I know the book, I've got it over there, Rogue One Catalyst, went into the construction of the Death Star with the Geonosians and stuff. So yeah, I think Galen Erso was more of the weapons, like Kyber Crystal, the Death Star laser, and the Geonosians were like the workforce of the Death Star, I believe. So I went an arc where Rex and Cody were the only 2 surviving close of a gunship crash, and they had to navigate their way through a jungle and deal with wildlife and stuff like that. Rex and Cody are a great, I almost said couple. Gosh, I can't believe I almost said that on accident. They're a great duo. Cody's my favorite clone. So I love Cody's awesome. He's my favorite. I love him. He's my favorite clone. And we get a lot of episodes with them. Like some of my favorite interactions with them is from the Hidden Enemy episode from season 1. That's got some of my favorite interactions between them. Delta Squad is so awesome and underrated. They are, dude. They're awesome. Sev is probably also my favorite. I really like Boss, though. Boss is really cool, but Sev is probably my favorite. Boss or Sev. I couldn't really choose, honestly. You going to the front lines, most marvelous? Well, may the force be with you, my friend. Thanks for joining, dude. Thanks for joining again. Anyone else forgetting that every clone looks like Tamora Morrison? Tamora Morrison's the best, dude. He's such a badass. He's like I'll watch him like, he needs to be in like everything. He's a great actor, great voiceover, and he's just badass. In the Mando episode, the very first one of season 2, at the end where Boba Fett shows up, I should have been recording a reaction video because I jumped out of my seat. But the reason I jumped out of my seat wasn't because of Boba Fett, because I really, like, Jango Fett's my guy. I'm not a huge Boba Fett guy. But the reason I jumped out of my seat was just because of Tamora Morrison. That was my first, like, just instinctively jump up and get excited because it was Tamora Morrison. I'm like, Boba Fett. Boba Fett, where? But Tamora Morrison was, like, the reason I got so hyped about that. He's awesome. Alright, so I don't even know how well you can see what I'm doing. I need to build this up a little more, but up top I'm not doing as much detail as I did on the bottom. I really need to conserve some parts because we are getting a little bit low, so trying to conserve some of these parts. So that is what's going on right now. In this part, you might not see it too much. It's not really going to be the focus. What's really the focus is all these details along the side here and these pillars. That's really the focus for this front area, or sorry, this area of the mock. All right, let's see here. All right, let's see what we're doing here. Let me check again. If you know Zepho from Jedi Fallen Order, you're working on a mock with the 501st in a Zepho tomb. Dude, Zepho, after playing that game, instantly when I landed on Zepho, I got a Lord of the Rings vibe, which I loved. Zepho is like one of my new favorite planets. I think it's so cool in that game, dude. It's awesome. Absolutely love it. It just feels very Lord of the Rings to me, which I love. And it's just got all the different, like the mountains and the moss, the green moss. I really loved that. So I think Zepho is one of the coolest planets in Star Wars. And the underground stuff and the tombs and everything are really cool too. So that's really cool to hear you are working on that mock. Uh-oh, all right, we got to plug in the computer here. We don't want another catastrophe like a few weeks ago. I got to plug this in. If you guys remember this stream, I don't know, it would have been maybe a couple weeks ago. I completely just messed up badly and didn't have my laptop charged. And it just died on us halfway through. So I'm going to go ahead and plug it in so that does not happen. It's pretty crazy. If you guys could see like the amount of cords I've got right now for behind the scenes, like there are so many cords. Now that I've got this new microphone set up, there is a ton of cords just lying all over the place. It's pretty, I'm probably going to trip on it pretty soon, honestly. Hey, History Bricks, what's up, dude? Welcome to the stream. Let's see. What is your favorite clone minifigure? Mine is the Phase 2 Grunt. Let's see. Favorite minifigure. Probably 212th Airborne Trooper. The 2014 version. I think that's probably my favorite. Let me grab him. Yeah. I think I'd have to say definitely my favorite on that one. 212th Airborne. I love this figure. From 2014. Really cool. I haven't gotten the new Grievous' Starfighter because it's absurdly overpriced. But I love this guy. Love him. Is there any room up here for him? There we go. Now he's up there. Alright. Want to see a large-scale Zepho mock. Oh, that'd be amazing. I can't get out of Zepho because of the riddle stuff, dude. I feel you. I love Jedi Fallen Order, but there was I felt like I got stuck so many times on the planets, getting lost, doing the stupid puzzles. It's like I just want to get through the story and I want to slice up stormtroopers. I don't want to do these stupid puzzles or the mazes and just like, ugh. But I think you might just have to try to find a tutorial if you can, and try to find where they're at in their playthrough and try to figure out how to get out of there. It's hard, dude. I know it turned a lot of people off from the game, but if you actually stuck through it, the story itself is great in that game. So stick through it, try to find a tutorial or something to help find your way out, because it's hard. You get stuck in there so much. It's kind of frustrating. Cal Kestis, do you want to say that in the Seven Sister voice? I'm not a very good voice actor, so looks like we lost a battery, so I'm going to go ahead and change that for the camera. I can do like, clone troopers and stuff like that, but not a Seventh Sister. That's probably not a good idea. That would just look really, really bad, or it sound really bad rather. Okay. All right. I think we're good. We're back. I almost tripped out a bunch of cords again. Cool. Look at that. Speed reload. I also realized I look really absurd with all these figures on my head. All right. Let's see. Most heroic clone trooper death. I have a soft spot for Captain Keeley and his boys. We can do this, General. Captain Keeley. Not finished yet, sir. I love Captain Keeley and his men. It's a heroic last stand. General, I'm gonna die, whatever his name is. And Captain Keeley, I think that one might be the most heroic. What's your favorite Clone Wars season? Guess this is going to be a surprise. Season 1 is my favorite Clone Wars season. Probably mostly due to nostalgia, but I just love Season 1. Rookies is like my favorite episode. You've got the Ryloth arc, which is amazing. I love Ryloth arc, especially the Innocence of Ryloth episode. Hidden Enemy, one of the best Clone Wars episodes ever. The opening to Hidden Enemy, the opening battle, is great. What else we got? Trespass, the one on Orto Plutona or whatever. The Pantorans, which we Bad Batch. I loved going to Pantora. I was so excited when all right, we're going to Pantora. And I jumped up. I was so excited. It wasn't what I was expecting the planet to look like. But seeing the Pantorans in the streets and seeing the policemen, the Pantoran policemen, I love the Pantorans. They're so cool. But yeah, Season 1 to me I love. I know it's probably not objectively the best, but in my heart it's my favorite season. Let's see, I love Shore Trooper figures. Nice, dude. I've only got one Shore Trooper figure. Kind of hard to get because they only came in a couple of sets, right? It's a good figure though. It's a good choice too. Do you like how almost every Star Wars character has a backstory? Even the Death Sticks guy showed up. He did. I love that. I don't think every character needs a full-on backstory, but I really do like that you've got some. That's what makes Star Wars so great, is the detail. So much detail in so many different things. I think sometimes you got to be careful of showing too many things, like they did with Solo, where they showed the Kessel Run, which is a cool scene by itself. But it's like, do we really need to see the Kessel Run? Same with him getting his name. I hated how Han Solo got his name, even though I love the Imperial officer. Solo. I don't know why they were like, hey, that's how he got his name. Stuff like that, you don't need to cover that stuff. You can leave some things a mystery. But overall, I do like, for the most part, how everything has some sort of explanation behind it and backstory. Alright. We also could switch out minifigures here soon too, if anybody has any ideas. Otherwise, we could maybe do the land speeder. I'm hesitant, but we could try. Let's see. If you see a 212th Airborne, no matter how hard, I can't stop thinking of this, sir. Nobody could have survived that fall. There's a great meme where it's one of my favorite memes. It's such a dumb, in-depth meme. But so Yoda, when he walks in to fight Palpatine, and Palpatine's like, Master Yoda, you survived. And then after he says that, the two airborne troopers that say nobody could survive that fall peek around the corner behind Yoda. It's like, the fall? So when Master Yoda's like, or when Palpatine's like, you survived, and then the two airborne troopers peek around the corner, the fall? And it's like exclamation point and question mark. It's just such a dumb meme, but it's really funny. Let's see. Do you know those Temple Gardens Zepho? Yeah, the big. Yeah, those things are cool. Oh, if you can make one out of Lego, that would be awesome. That's right. Clone Motion Studios, you're right. Good soldiers follow orders. Like and sub. There you go. I know I had it to where if you subscribed, it would pop up on the screen. But I don't. So let's see. If somebody were to subscribe, this would pop up on screen. So that would pop up on screen. And then donations would be this. Yeah. So those are the little, what do they call it, alert boxes that I've got on there. We had two people, Liam and Michigan Bricks, both donated earlier, which was amazing. Thank you guys so much again for that. But yeah, I think if subs come in, it should pop up on there too. And then I mentioned earlier, next week I want to get it to where a robot reads out people's messages when they donate. I'm going to work on that for next week. Let's see, where were we? The most heroic clone death by far is a clone who broke his... Oh, rest in peace, that clone. Broke his hand smacking the droid. Oh, that poor clone. Ah, psh, ah, and he just gets shot. That is a heroic death for sure. Or even more tragic, the clone where Obi-Wan's like, he's telling him to charge on Christophsis, and the one clone stands up. He's like, you heard him, lads, let's go! Throw! And then he gets shot and his helmet flies off. I remember as a kid, I was like, he just got his head shot off, and like freaking out in the theater about that. Captain Keeley might be your favorite looking clone. He's so cool, dude. I found one at Brickworld. Here. I forget where it's from, because I was at Brickworld, and a vendor had just a random bag of clones. He just had a random bag of clones, and I was searching through them, and I found this guy. It's a custom Captain Keeley, but it's decaled, so you can see it's an older decal, so like the back decal is lifting off a little bit, but it's a Captain Keeley custom. I think I did some research, and some people helped me with in the comments. I think it's from Minifigure Madness, I believe. So it's an older figure, but it's got decals, and it looks really, really good. But yeah, I got this randomly at Brickworld one year. It's a really cool figure, though. Captain Keeley's awesome. Here, we'll do that. We'll put him up here. What's funny is I just have a pile of minifigures just underneath me from putting them all on this hat. But we'll put Captain Keeley on here. Get him going. That's another dream mock of mine, is to make the opening of that episode where they're in the trenches and there's like the HTEs and there's that giant mountain with like the gun emplacements and they're in the trenches and then like the super battle droids are coming in over the trench. That would be a fun mock I want to make someday too, is that opening battle of Ryloth from that Supply Lines episode with Keeley. Commander Thorn, he was great. His last stand was epic too. Yeah, Pantora's the blue dudes. So in the Trespass episode, there's that Chairman Cho. He's like the really asshole guy. Pardon my language, but he's that really jerk guy from the Trespass episode. He's like, the people of Pantora. He's very stuck up, and he doesn't want to have peace with the Talls. And there's Senator Tucci is her name. She kind of makes peace with the Talls in that Trespass episode. It's a great episode. If you guys haven't seen it in a while, go check it out. And the security guards for Chairman Chow, I think is his name. The security guards for him are really cool. When they're like pinned down with their Freco speeders and they're like taking fire and shooting back at the Talls, like the natives, they're throwing spears at them, and one guy, like, you just see in the background, one guy just gets taken out by a spear. It's just like, it's so epic. Great episode. CSU should make a short trooper. They don't make a short trooper? I guess I haven't seen them do a short trooper. They're focusing on Clone Wars stuff right now, which is really smart, because that's what's really popular right now. Hey, Northcott 111 making a Star Wars stop motion. Nice, dude. That's takes a lot of work and a lot of patience. So I always love when people say they're making a stop motion, because it's more work than people realize. It's pretty insane. So I'm really glad to hear you making stop motion. I wish you good luck, and may the force be with you on that. And make sure to stop by at a future stream and let us know when you get it done, dude. Let us know when you get that completed. So ultimately, I think I'm not going to be super happy with the way this top inner part right here is just plain gray, but I don't really have much choice just because of the parts availability. I'm kind of running low on a lot of plates, so I'm kind of having to switch to just these bricks. But I'm doing some masonry. Don't know if you can tell on the camera. Each of the corners will be masonry. It's just this middle part that'll be flat gray. But let's see. I should make one of the clones fall down the stairs. Honestly, I'm surprised there's more clones than it. Because you got to think that helmet's kind of hard to wear. So he just trips all the time. I've got a old Hasbro clone helmet, like an actual big one you can put on. So maybe someday if we ever do like a donation goal or a like goal, like how many likes the video get, I could do a whole stream with a clone trooper helmet on. That might be kind of fun someday. No problem, clone trooper Lego. No problem, man. Hey, what's up, dude? Crow3839. Hope you're having a good day, dude. Not sure how much long we'll go. We've been going for about an hour and 46 minutes so far. Not sure how long we'll go. Not sure yet. And the clone who just charged his Vajo press with the... Yeah, dude. That's, what is his name? Trauma, I think is his name. It's like, get him! And they just like, go, 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 and it just gets sliced up. Yeah. That clone was like... Again, the clones do some stupid stuff, but it's always hilarious. It's so funny. Get him! He just gets sliced. Yeah, Genox is right. Yeah, Trauma. Yep. Do you have a Darth Revan? Yeah, Coconut is selling one. I was hoping he would stop by today. I haven't talked to him in a while. I want to check in, see how his stream or how his move was going. I know he just recently moved. What was he gonna say? But I do not have Darth Revan. No, it's too expensive for me. I'm not gonna ever buy one. It's too expensive. It's a great figure, but way too expensive. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever get a Revan. They're just so expensive, dude. It's crazy. But I can see why. It's a great figure. It's a great figure. So the idea here is you could take a clone, let's see, clone trooper, and he would be up here like this. He'd kind of be shooting down. And some droids over there. I'm not sure in the final battle like who will have control of this building, but whoever will have clones up here engaging droids on other balconies and like other windows and stuff. So you'll have a lot of height variation with the different battles, like shooting back and forth at each other. So the clones down here on the street, I mean, urban combat is just going to be hard for them. There's going to be so many windows and so many buildings they have to watch, not to mention the speeder bikes flying through and them worrying about the speeder bikes. It's going to be a hard battle for the clones, but that's the way we like it for the clones, is the hard battles. Lots of clone casualties. The clones got to fight hard and have a very, very tough battle ahead of them, but it's going to be a lot of fun to set up the figures, especially the speeder bikes. But I just want to put a couple clones up here to show you guys kind of what I was thinking for the troops, where they'll kind of be stationed at. So they'll kind of be up there and engaging different droids and stuff like that. Probably have, like, I've got the sergeant down here, but we'll probably have more guys, you know, kind of taking cover behind these pillars and stuff. Yeah, so we'll have clones doing all sorts of fun stuff like that. Let's see. What do you think the funniest moment in Star Wars is? Oh gosh. Most of them come from memes, so we'll do two. We'll do genuinely funny, and then we'll do memes. For memes, Dex's Diner. I love Dex's Diner. I laugh every time. Obi-Wan! Hello, Dex. Like, I just love that whole scene. You want a cup of Jawa juice? Like, it's just a great scene. There's another scene in episode 2. It's like one of the first scenes in the movie. I gotta restrain myself from doing the whole scene, but it's like the situation is that serious. No, but I do, Senator. Perhaps someone you're familiar with, an old friend, like Master Kenobi. And then Mace Windu's like, that's possible. He just returned from a border dispute on Antion. I laugh every time, but Palpatine's like, do it for me, my lady. Thought of losing you is unbearable. I just laugh every time with that line. I think it's great. I think it's great. Hey, Director KW is back, man. Director KW with the donation. Can't say this enough, man, but Muunilist. But man, the Muunilinst mock just keeps getting better and better. As always, keep up the great work. Look forward to the next stream update. Director KW, you are a beast, man. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you so much, man. It means a lot to me that you guys support and do that. I can't. It's hard for me to explain, but it just means so much to me that you guys are invested in the mock and support the mock to make it that much better. So that means a lot, guys. Thank you so much. And again, Director KW, I can't remember if you were here when I said this earlier, but next week I'm going to try to have it to where whenever you put in a message for a donation, that a robot will read it out on stream. I'm going to try to set that up for next stream. We'll probably do some English, British voice, or maybe New Zealand. If there's a New Zealand voice, we could do one of those for a Omega kind of cameo. We'll see what we can do, man. But thanks again, dude. You're a beast, dude. Thank you so much. Funniest moments, so yeah, Palpatine's always great. Genuinely funny moment. Anything with K2SO, I think, was great. Trying to think. Probably from, if I could think of one specific line of K2SO's, it might be the, what was it? Let's think. Probably when the slap, I think the slap is great in Rogue One, where he just slaps Cassian. I think that's great. That made me laugh a lot in theaters. Let's see. If he managed to survive, he would have experienced some trauma. Working on your collab, nice, dude. Nice, man. What's the collab about? Or wait, I think you already mentioned it to me. Sorry. It's been a little bit of a long. Sometimes the stream, I've got these lights, and they sometimes are a little bit little bright and mess me up when I'm reading. So I think you already talked about the collab. I think a few streams, and you were sending, talking to me about that. So that's awesome, man. That's what these streams are for, to kind of just talk to you guys while you're building, When do you think you're going to finish the mock, and when do you think your next Star Wars mock will be? This mock will probably be finished by the fall. My goal is to get it done by October, maybe sooner, maybe a little bit later. Last stream I put forward an idea to a lot of you guys who were there, and you guys seemed to like it. Let's see, we got 12 people in here. We're an hour in. Most likely people who are just going to click on this video might not stay for this long, so I guess everybody here will get a exclusive what I'm thinking for the next mock. So essentially the realization that I came to while planning for these buildings is I'm starting to run out of room to do everything that I want to do with Muunilinst, especially the more iconic things, like the gunship crash, the giant cannon that Forto and his men attack and scale up with their ascension cables. I'm not able to have a lot of the iconic stuff that I want to have in Muunilinst. The speeder bike charge will be the one thing that we have in here that's the big iconic thing from the episodes, from the show. But there's a lot I'm not able to include just because of size. Because the battlefield's half of this mock. And just parts and everything like that. I can't do everything I want to do for this mock. So the thought process is, once I finish this mock, this will just be phase 1 of Muunilinst. And then if enough people like this idea, I haven't committed to this yet. I might just want to be done with Muunilinst after this, but I really like the idea of doing another Muunilinst mock after this, doing the same table length, but the entire table will just be the city. Instead of having the battlefield and these empty parts, it'll just be the city. So we'll have the gunship crash take up a fourth of the table, actually be able to have a gunship in there, do the scene really justice, because if I do the scene right now in this mock, it's going to be so small and just not the scene is so cool that I would hate to not do it justice like this. So the thought process is maybe a fourth of the mock is the gunship crash, and then we've got a bunch of buildings, and then the back of the mock is the giant tower with the cannon on it. That's something I've been throwing around in my head. I don't know if I'll do that yet. That's just something I thought of a while ago, because I was like, you know what? I kind of have a lot of stuff I want to build for Muunilinst, but I can't for this particular version of the mock. So that's something I have been throwing around, so I don't know if people like that idea or not. We shall see. We're a long ways away from any of that stuff, so I'm going to focus on this mock right now, and we'll get to the other stuff later, but we'll see. Been thinking about, after this one, doing another mock this big, but just the buildings and the gunship crash and the cannon, no battlefield. So that's what I've been throwing around lately. We shall see. Let's see here. Oh yeah, when Stormtrooper hits his head, that is a great moment too. Yeah, Genox, I saw that ARF Trooper. I almost bought it on the May the 4th sale. You can understand, I was so close to buying that figure. Ultimately, I decided not to because I need to save money for parts. But I was so close to buying that ARF Trooper because it looks really, really good. Do you think it's funny no matter who Hunter is fighting, he just charges it with a knife? I do find that hilarious. Like when he goes to fight that one creature with Omega, he just grabs his knife. Or like with Phoenix, he just has his knife. It's like his character trait, but it is kind of funny. It is kind of funny. Funniest moment has to be when Han just charges after 7. Yeah, get back to the ship! Yeah, that's a great moment too. What do you think of the summer sets? Very, very happy that LEGO seems to be doing at least a couple Clone Wars sets. I personally wasn't really a fan of them just redoing all the original trilogy sets like they did this past wave. So I was really happy to see a couple Clone Wars and Mando sets as well. I'll probably be getting the Siege of Mandalore duel with Ahsoka and Maul. I'll probably be getting that one. And then I'll probably go ahead and get the Gauntlet, the Mandalorian fighter, at some point in time. We'll see when, but the Gauntlet, the Mandalorian starfighter with like Bo-Katan and Gar Saxton, that's the set I really want from the summer wave. But overall, I think it's a good step forward because recently I haven't been a huge fan of a lot of the sets that LEGO's done. So I think the summer sets are very, very promising. We'll see once we get some pictures what they actually what they look like, but very promising stuff for the summer wave, for sure, man. For sure. Let's see. Captain Forto minifig got a new look at CAC. Okay, I'll check it out, man. I almost bought the one they had during the May 4th sale. I almost got that one, but if they have a new one, I'll check it out, dude. Best Ian McDermott impression, yeah. My voice is very scratchy right now because we've been talking for so long, so it probably wasn't my best impression, but... Yeah, Director KW, you're a legend, man. Thank you so much, dude. Finished building a mock a few hours ago. Nice, dude. Nice. Tiny fonts. Is that the one that, what do they call it? Is it Brick Labs? That they share, like, your work in progress picture? If that's the one you're talking about, it looked really, really cool, dude. I want to see a size-accurate brick-built 2003 Grievous to scale. There's a couple shots where, like, the camera, like, looks up at Grievous, and he kind of, like, rises up like this. And he's, like, that's what makes him so menacing some of the time. It's great. Sorry, I just got a call on my phone. Okay. Yeah, a brick-filled version of Grievous would be pretty awesome. For 2003 version specifically, you know. Commander, or General Plo. So, is Wolf okay? Just got done making a 212th ATR team. Nice, nice, dude. It's cool, dude. I've always thought it was interesting when you do like the custom color schemes for shit like the ATRT, HTE, gunship. I always found that stuff interesting. Actually, also, I have an ATRT 212th one too that I made for Etanes all the way back then, but I just never got around to using it. But I took the Turbo Tank ATRT, the Clone Wars Turbo Tank ATRT, and I pretty much replaced the green with orange. So those are always really fun to do. Take out the trash on Fallujah. Nice, General Plo. Got some spare droids. Do you think you could send those my way so I can use them as props for film? So Paul and I can make a Star Wars short film. We want to do a Star Wars short film, but props are like expensive and kind of hard for Star Wars props to do. So, especially trying to do like clones and stuff, you know. Because we'd love to make a short film about like a clone battle, but like it'd have to be CGI for the clones, which would be hard. But anyway, I think I just found a continuity error when the Stormtrooper hitting his head. Type clone Jango hits as well. Oh no. In the Bad Batch, Jango hits his head as well and sort of explain why it happened. But from the Bad Batch, clones are gone by. Wrecker hits his head too a couple times in the show so far. It's crazy, dude. Hey, Most Marvelous. What's up, man? Welcome back. I love that people hitting their heads. It's like a thing in Star Wars. I do it all the time because I'm super tall. So I'll just run into things. I know I hit my head on I was at like a church group or something, and we were walking down the street, and I hit my head on like a stop sign or a street sign. Like, I totally relate to the Stormtroopers and everything, dude. Gonna work all summer and just buy every summer set. Nice, dude. It's gonna be a good wave. I think it's gonna be a good wave. Least favorite Lego set? The stupid, well, no, I'm just kidding. I don't mind the Land Speeder set. This is the 2017 version. I just don't need them to make any more. No, but the stupid First Order ATSD, or half of it's missing. It's just, what the heck? I don't understand. Probably that one, the one where half of the ATSD is just gone. It doesn't make any sense. But I designed a Republic transport ship, nice, called the ESAT, Expanded Space Artillery Transport. Nice, dude. That's cool. I do like, sorry, I'm just going to respond. Someone tried to call me here, so I'm going to make sure it's not anything serious. Okay, sorry about that. Paul was calling me, so let's see. Yeah, I think creating your own stuff in universe is really, really cool, man. Send me a picture of that if you on Instagram, if you got an Instagram. Send me a picture of that, dude. That sounds awesome. Yep, headless ATSD. I think we got the same one. Marvelous. Yep. With or without the guns, dude. General Plo. I gotta get him with the blasters. I promise I won't do anything bad with them. Okay. Maybe I'll just reset him up for target practice. That sounds fun too. What's the best ATRT? Lego Set 2013 or the new one? The best ATRT, in my opinion, is probably the 2000 and what is it, 5 or 7? I'm sorry, I should know the answer to this. I think it was 2005. The with the 91st Trooper, the Revenge of the Sith wave. I think it was 2005. That one, yeah, I think that one came out 2005. With the 91st Trooper, that ATRT is probably my favorite. Let's see. What's the set that you regret not getting while it was out? Oh, so many. When I was a kid, there was a lot I couldn't get just because of price. So like the MTT, the original one with like 20 battle droids, that one I always wanted, but I just never could get it when I was a kid. So the original MTT with like the 20-some droids was one that I always wish I got. But that's all right. It's a great, I mean, the ATOT as well, but that one's just a little unrealistic to get. It was so expensive. But definitely the MTT from back in the day. That one was sad really sad I missed out on that one. Etain, well, Etain's the same thing as, Etain's is so we wanted to do an Easter egg. It's a little bit of a sidetrack, but I'll talk about it anyway. We wanted to do like a little Easter egg for the mock, for the name. So I tried to do like hello there spelled backwards, but that didn't really look too good. So Etain's is just Senate spelled backwards. So that's kind of the joke about that mock, is it's Etain's is Senate spelled backwards. Only one person has ever figured it out. Is Beyond the Break did an interview with us for that mock in 2018. And in the comments, one person figured it out that it was Senate spelled backwards. He was the first person to figure it out a couple years ago, but yeah, it's just Senate spelled backwards, just like a little Easter egg. This may be dumb, but you might be able to make a minigun ship that got shot out of the sky heading further into the city. Then you could just do the part 2 to the Muunilinst. I gotcha. Yeah, how do you guys feel about the doing a potential part 2 where it's just a full mock based on the city with like the gunship crash and then the giant, essentially, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, there's a giant tower with a cannon on it that's just destroying Republic positions, and Forto and his ARC troopers climb up it with their ascension cables and take it out. I really want to build that because I've got a decent amount of dark gray that I could use. So You can make 2 clone battle packs with clones that have not been made. Galactic Marines and Plane Troopers, I think. I mean, really, Plane Troopers, I think, would be the one. But Galactic Marines for sure. Galactic Marines and then Plane Troopers. Although I wouldn't mind like a Shock Trooper, a full-on Shock Trooper battle pack. Or 442nd Troopers, honestly. I love the 442nd. So I guess my final two answers would be Galactic Marines and 442nd Siege Battalion. First big boy Lego Star Wars set was 2013 Republic Gunshift. Nice, dude. It's a great set. Let's see, it's right. Where is it? Right. Ooh, right there. Yeah, right there, I think. There's a little bit of a glare on it, but it's a great set. If I see a man going on a rampage with a blaster, yep, I'll just put my toy Clone Trooper helmet on and just be blasting droids. Unfortunately, it isn't a Lego build. It's a sketch I made. Nice, dude. Nice. I also would do a lot of, like, I know a lot of people probably do this, would just make sketches and drawings while you're in school. I can't draw. I'm a horrible drawer, but I would just make little tiny TIE fighters and just, like, put them all over my paper like they were kind of flying around and stuff. Paul should come over for more streams? Yeah, man. If I can get him over here, yeah. For sure. Are you going to do any Easter eggs for this mock? We shall see. There is one minifigure that will be making an appearance. He makes an appearance in almost every mock. He wasn't in the last large-scale Clone Wars mock, but all of the other Brick Worlds mocks, a secret figure was in there from the Galactic Civil War, who's one of my favorite characters ever. So that, it's Raddus, Admiral Raddus. He might be an exclusive Easter egg in here. He's in pretty much every mock that Paul and I do, just because we love him. Oh, I say we fight. I just love Admiral Raddus. So like on Etanes, I gave him like a Iron Man type minigun that was on his shoulder, and then he was like holding a droid about to rip his head off. During Mandalore, Paul set him up with he gave Admiral Raddus an axe, and he was like slicing off a red Mando's head. So Raddus has always been in all the mocks because he's the best. Let's see. Oh, Palpatine back. See, I tried to trick you guys, and then you just came back and tripped me with Palpatine spelled backwards. There you go. You got me. Because Palpatine is the Senate. Yes. I got fooled on that one. It was the same as like a couple weeks ago. I got fooled on a your mom joke, and I was like very disappointed in myself. But so wait, what? I need to see this again. Oh, I see it now. Yep, that's obvious. It's Palpatine spelled backwards. Maybe that's the moon that orbits Etanes is Palpatine spelled backwards. That's what it is. Who's your favorite member of Delta Squad? Probably Sev or Boss. I never can pick between the two. I never can pick between the two. Probably Sev, but I really love Boss too. Okay, awesome, Jack. Awesome, man. Yeah, thanks for that feedback, dude. I've been just kind of throwing the idea around, trying to think if that's something people would like, but it'd be a lot of Muunilinst videos. That's the thing, if everyone is okay with watching a lot of Muunilinst videos. But ever consider decaling? Yes, but I'm too scared to. I'm very, like, my hands are really big, and I was never good at like art or painting or anything, so I'd get really worried that I would mess it up. I have decaled World War II figures before. So like I have American soldiers that I decaled, and then I have some Russian troops that I decaled. But those were like water slide decals from Brick Arms or Brickmania. So they weren't too hard to do. But yeah, I just get really worried with the with the normal decals from like EP4s and stuff that I would screw it up. And I would be really sad if I bought all those decals and just screwed it up. So yes, I'm too scared to do decals. That's the bottom line. And how much time it takes to kind of freaks me out. So I feel like it just takes forever. Yeah, most Marvelix. There you go, man. Love seeing him in Mandalore. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Uh-oh, Plo Koon, you got an emergency call from Yoda. See you later, man. I don't know if we'll still be back in 40 minutes or not, but I hope the meeting goes well. Tell everybody hi for me. Tell them to stop throwing away their robes. All right, we're paying way too much in taxes for them to just throw away their robes every time they get into a battle. So if you could bring that up at the council meeting, I'm sure everybody in the Republic would really appreciate it. The Jedi are horrible at wasting tax money. You know, I don't even know if our tax money goes to the Jedi, or does Palpatine just take it? I don't know, but they need to chill on wasting so many things. So if you could please bring that up during the council meeting, we would all appreciate it. Thank you, Master Plo, and say hi to Commander Wolf if you can. All right, Force be with you. Oh, that's awesome, man. Thanks for that. Yeah, Tains was fun, dude. It was really fun. Just because it was fun to do just such in large scale epic battle, you know, with the 212th and the like in the city, and then having the 327th out on the ground. Like, it was just a really fun mock to do. But that's really awesome that you liked it, man. That means a lot. That's awesome. It was a really fun mock to make. For every mock from now on, you should make a mini mock. Interesting. That could be something. The only problem is all my parts that I would use for a mini mock are on the mock. That's the only problem. It's because this mock's big. But like, it would be fun for like this one to do a mini mock of the inside of the Banking Clan building, you know, and have like Forto and like rappelling down and fighting Dirge and whatnot. That would be fun. That's a good idea. Making a mini mock for every large mock. That's a good idea. I like it. I like it a lot. Can't wash Jedi robes after last time. Oh no. Yes, please. Right? You see what I'm saying, dude? Jedi just waste so much Republic tax money. But at the same time, I don't even know if the Jedi receive our tax money, but they got to be funded somehow. And I know myself and many others do not appreciate how reckless they are, because they're not really materialistic. These Jedi sorcerers, these wizards, they're not very materialistic. They don't care about material or possession of things. But when the Republic is paying our tax money for these Jedi robes, they've got to be more aware of what they're doing. Maybe that's the real reason why people started to not like the war, was just how much it was costing people. Getting taxed on Coruscant and other places. For all the clones and the Jedi, just keeping the Jedi Temple running, keeping the giant Senate building like functional with electricity and all this other stuff. Now, I forgot, even this really small piece of the building takes a lot of pieces. That's why I'm just using a little masonry and then just plain pieces. So I'm going to try to have an update video out tomorrow. It might be a little later because I've got some more work to do for the video itself. I'm going to try to essentially get the roof done for tomorrow's video. I'm going to try to do that tonight. We'll see if I get around to it, but I'm going to try to have a video tomorrow for the Muunilinst mock updates. So it'll be like the first week that I'm doing like a 3 video a week type thing, if that makes sense. So where I had like a video on Wednesday, which was the Lego look back, and then I had this live stream today, and then a video tomorrow. So you kind of had 3 things for the week. I want to try to start doing that more often. We'll see. Problem is, it definitely takes a lot of time, but I kind of want to try to do that more often, just so you guys have some more stuff to watch during the week. But yeah, I'll try to have an update video tomorrow. I'm just going to work a little bit more tonight once I finish this up. So I do know later tonight I am talking to Paul to discuss some short film stuff that we're working on. So Paul and I also make short films on the side too. So that's also our other passion that we do. Just make short films, filmmaking, all that fun stuff. The mythical moon surrounding Etades has a secret separatist base that manufactures early forms of dark troopers. Contains dangerous flora and fauna similar to Flush. Nice. We've got our lore. Oops. We've got our lore expanding. Retains. And it's Moon. When will the next stream be? We'll probably go next Saturday again. I'm just going to try to do these every Saturday. I think that's a good time for everybody, and we can talk about Bad Batch and all that stuff. So, alrighty, let's see here. Remind Obi-Wan not to wipe his food off his chin with his robe. The long clone rifle or the shorter one, so DC-15 and DC-15S. I like the clone rifle, so the longer one. I know they changed the name, like the blaster, the small blaster, used to be the DC-15, S, and then they changed it to DC-15A or something like that. They kind of changed the name, so it was very confusing, but the rifle, I like the rifle a lot. Like, we need to do a Zillow Beast. Oh, gosh. How cool would that be? How cool would it be if someone did a brick-built Zillow Beast? Now that would be really cool. If someone built like an actual brick-built version, that would be awesome. That would be really hard, I think, for someone to do. But my goodness, that would be so cool. Somebody should do that. Someday that'd be actually really fun to try. Let's see, put that there. Cool. I think we're going to see what happened to the cloning operation on the Zillow Beast and the Bad Batch. What a great point to bring up. They never touched on that ever again in Clone Wars. I don't think they're going to bring it up in the Bad Batch. I would love it if they did, because it's just a small story point they never really talked on again. But I would love it if they, like, maybe for the next experimental armor, they tried to use the armor from the Zillow Beast to resist the, like, lightsaber strikes. That would be really cool, but I don't think they'll do it. What a great question, though, dude. That is an amazing question. I hadn't even considered that. That's a great question. Hey, no problem, Tiny Fonts. We'll probably end the stream soon anyways, but thank you so much for joining and talking in the chat, man, and I look forward to seeing your new mock, dude. Thank you so much for joining, and may the force be with you, my good sir. Can you get a new clone on the hat? Here's what we'll do. We're going to close the stream out soon, so let's go ahead and try. Can I even attach this on there? Let's go ahead and try this. This is a horrible idea. I don't know if this is going to work or not, guys. I don't think it is. I really wanted to. Come on. I'm trying to attach the land speeder to this hat. Oh. Okay, so I can do it like that. Come on. It's like it doesn't line up exactly the way it's supposed to on here. Oh. Alright, the land speeder has been attached to the hat, and it's not going to hold its weight at all. But yeah, so this is my new land speeder hat. I'm doing this to protest Lego remaking land speeders year after year after year. Lego needs to stop with the land speeder remakes. You've got plenty of other sets to remake, including the Clone Walker Battle Pack. I know people would love to see that. There are so many other sets that you could make as a remake, but instead you make land speeders. Now, this is just on a live stream, but I am not afraid to fly to Denmark or wherever the headquarters is and protest in front of the spot with this on my head to stop making land speeders, because I know everybody's tired of land speeders. This hat's also about to fall off my head, so I don't know how long I'll be able to keep this up. Yeah, no problem, Jackson. No problem, man. Just whenever you can join the streams is awesome, dude. DC-17, nice, man, nice. Those are really cool, too. I would look for a brick Zillow Beast. Dude, let us know if you find one, because that would actually be really cool. Especially, like, just watching clones go up against it would be something else. Especially if you built, like, the Coruscant. It'd be really hard to build that big of a scale, but, like, the Zillow Beast crashing all the buildings at Coruscant and stuff, That'd be really cool. Let's see. I always thought the holocrons were just fancy Rubik cubes. Dude, that's funny. Holocrons have such a cool design. Uh-oh. It's really hard to see in this hat, by the way. Zillobeasts, or not Zillobeasts, gosh dang it. Holocrons have such a cool design. I always wanted like a holocron prop, like one to just have on my desk, but then like actually be able to keep like use it as like a hard drive, so you actually could have information in the holocron. I always thought that would be really cool to do that. Finish the Zepho mock. Nice, dude. Nice, man. Congratulations, dude. Send it on Instagram if you can. I definitely want to check it out. If you could get 3 Star Wars ships in real life, what would they be besides the Death Star? Gunship, so I could take all the boys and go film or hang out or whatever we're doing. Gunship. Probably, let's see, I think having one of those caterpillar things from Umbara would be cool, because you would like go underground and stuff, and they're like invincible. And then, what would the third one be? Maybe ATT, or wait, oh, Star Wars ships. I don't know if that's a ship, I guess. So gunship, X-Wing, ooh, and Imperial shuttle. I really want an Imperial shuttle. I just feel like landing and dropping the ramp with all of the smoke and the fog and everything when you get off. I think it's just great. Okay, I'm gonna have to. This isn't working. I can't. I could barely see this thing's like falling off. Ugh. Everybody, land speeder. Lego, I hope you heard our message here today. Our strong protest about remaking land speeders. Anyway, okay, my glasses were being like, they were like pushed down all the way down here, and I was trying to talk. Let's see. Yeah, so gunship. What did I say? Gunship, Imperial shuttle, and X-Wing or ARC 170 maybe. I love the ARC 170s. There's no brick built one. Dang, dude. Somebody got to get on that. Somebody make a brick built. Somebody make a brick built version of the Zillo Beast. It'd be awesome. All right. How many Captain Rexes would it take to kill a Zillo Beast? 200,000, with 1 million more well on the way. That's my answer. Very patriotic. Yes, most marvelous Mox. We don't want any more land speeders. 2 501st battle packs. Nice, man. Nice, dude. Anytime we can find a 501st battle pack, pick them up. Pick them up and get them. I know they're not as hard to find now as they were back when they first came out in the summer and the fall. I remember checking so many stores trying to find 501st battle packs, and then I got lucky and went into a Walmart and rounded the corner in the Lego aisle, and I was like, oh, come on, they got to be here. None of them were there. And then I was about to leave, and I walked around another corner, and they had a huge Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga display, and it was just covered with 501st battle packs. And there was like 20 of them. I was so happy. That was great. Yeah, Holocrons are Space Race Qs. ARC 170 or Z95 Headhunter. ARC 170. Z95 Headhunter is cool, but it's kind of a ripoff of the ARC 170. I'm just kidding. Z95 Headhunter is cool, but ARC 170 is the way to go. All right, guys, I think we are going to close it out here pretty soon. Wow, we've been going for almost 2.5 hours here. Doesn't feel like it. Just feels like a fun stream, you know? So didn't get a ton done in this stream, but mostly because we were having a great discussion. So I thank all you guys for doing the interacting in the chat and everything like that. It's been great for discussions. Since you don't have room for the gunship crash, you could just do a door. Okay, I kind of like that. Just have maybe a wall, like a part of the wall, like side of the gunship, maybe. The rest of it's like in the ground, or like just the door, and then just have them taking cover behind it. It's a good idea. Excellent idea, Liam. That's awesome. I will definitely consider that. There's been a couple of really good ideas on the stream that I've been taking note of and trying think about doing. So thank you for that, Liam, and thank you guys so much for interacting in the chat. These streams don't work unless we all interact with each other. So you guys are the MVPs. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for talking in the chat. Huge shout out to Director KW, Michigan Bricks, and Liam for all donating. You guys, thank you so much. It means so much to me, and all those funds are going to go into the mock for the speeder bike charge and to buy some more parts to make some more buildings later on in the mock. So huge shout out to you three guys. Thank you so much for that, and you guys will be getting a shout out in the next update video, so stay tuned for that. Again, thank you guys so much for talking in the chat. Hope you guys had a great one. I had a lot of fun doing the stream, talking about Luke Land speeders that I just crushed when I tried to pick up on accident. Suggesting minifigures to put on the hat. That was really fun. I've got a pile of minifigs down here now, so thank you guys so much for a fun stream. Stay tuned for next week. I'll go ahead and plan the next stream for Saturday of next week, so hope you guys all can join. We can get another discussion going about all sorts of topics, including Bad Batch. So thank you guys so much for an awesome stream. Hope you guys have a great weekend. And of course, may the Force be with you always. Also, I guess I'll do my normal intro. As always, leave your feedback in the comment section below. Hope you guys have a great day, and may the Force be with you always.